We'll find out tonight. The other half of the matchup is determined as Indiana takes on fifth-ranked Oregon in the Peach Bowl. Kickoff is set for 6:30. You can catch it live on 94.1. In NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys were denied by the Atlanta Falcons the rights to talk with Jeff Ulbrich for the defensive coordinator job, according to ESPN's Todd Archer. In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs return to action tomorrow night in Boston when they take on the Celtics. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, yay. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. We've made it. It's the end of the week. And, oh, man, did we get off to a good start with this football weekend. Oh, it's going to be such a lovely few days.
Yeah, that Pistons game was great.
My. Oh! Pacers Hornets was everything we expected and more.
It's just different there.
It just means more.
No, that's different.
Oh.
Doesn't mean more anymore.
That's that's the voice you hear there. That's Rob Thompson. Good morning, Robert. How are you, friend?
Living the dream.
Yes.
Living the dream.
Yes. I'm AJ. There's Vic on the other side. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning.
You've got your lubricant in there.
Yeah. I got coffee and the latte.
What's the over under before your matcha hits and sends you running?
I guess I should hit a timer, shouldn't I?
Yeah, let's get that started.
Get that thing started right now.
Yeah, my stomach's almost sounding like Jurassic Park here in a minute.
Some backstory. AJ arrived with a fresh batch of fine coffees for all of us. We appreciate that. Thank
and
you
the
very
Bob
much.
sandwich just
And
hit.
then prior to that, Vic arrived with a bag full of Bobs.
Yes.
And the combination should be rather lethal. I would guess right around 8 to 8:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I expect
That's my normal time.
I expect nature to call. Let's just hope.
Thank God Edwin's here. I was going to say, God bless it, Edwin is here.
We have doors open and easy access.
And no AC.
Yeah. Oh, then there.
Yeah, and my top monitor's not working.
So we got work
Everything's
orders in?
going wrong.
The battery in the mouse went out.
Oh,
Let's
man.
see, what else?
We need some batteries to fall off the truck at Dollar General.
We need something to happen.
Oh, they have.
Oh, man. What a show we've got planned for you. Hey, Rob, you didn't bring donuts?
I should have.
I thought we had a deal in place. We all talked about this yesterday. I'd bring the coffee, he'd bring Whataburger, you'd bring donuts. It was a Friday celebration.
I didn't get that memo.
I need diabetic friendly.
I would have happily done it. And the sad thing is, I ate the last 2 of my little donut holes on the way out the door this morning. So I could have actually brought you one, but I didn't get the memo.
We might, you know what? We might have to let Edwin take over. I'm craving something sweet.
Are you really?
I kind of am, yeah. You know what I want? You know Shipley's has those, the Devil's Food donuts? It's a chocolate donut, and it's filled with chocolate goo on the inside, too.
Oh, no, I don't think I've had that one.
Oh, man.
I'm not that adventurous when it comes to donuts.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Really?
So, Vic, you may have to make a donut run.
So you're going to send the man that can't eat it?
Yeah.
I guess that's the best guy to send if you look at it.
Right.
Oh, I won't touch it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it'll come back in total.
Vic can get a kolache and throw the bread out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just eat the
sausage. Yeah, you little weenie. Vic loves a little weenie.
Wow.
Friends, what a show we've got planned for you today. If you've listened to this show for any amount of time, you understand that during football season, Friday is a sacred day.
Not too many of those sacred days left in this glorious season.
Vic, did you throw any of the holy water in the studio this morning for one of our last Football Fridays? I hope so.
No.
We had that shipped up to Pittsburgh.
Well, that's true. Yeah, hopefully this weekend lives up to the billing on paper because it is awesome. So we're going to be talking football pretty much all day. There is a Spurs game tomorrow we got to look forward to.
In Boston, pretty good matchup.
Yeah. I hate Boston. I hate everything about Boston. I've never been there, but I hate people from Boston. I hate the way they talk, and I hate all their sport. I hate all their sports match teams, all of them. So,
well, Jaylen Brown will tell you he's the best player in the world.
I'm sure he will.
So.
I'm sure he will. Maybe it's a good time for Jeremy Sohan to go goon on him and just take him out.
That's going to be.
Hey, you want to keep your
trade value?
You want to keep your job, Bubba?
Go pick a fight.
Yeah, how about that? And yeah, we've got a lot of football to discuss. We will work in a little bit of Spurs, but for the most part, this is going to be a football program today. There are 6 wild card playoff games between Saturday, Sunday. I guess we'll just say 5. We'll save the Monday. We won't talk too much Texans Steelers, although I do find that to be one of the more intriguing games.
Oh,
despite the fact it will probably be one of the ugliest games to watch on television. I can't imagine that's a whole lot of fun, but it should be a good game. Oh, by the way, did you see Pete Golding when he takes his visor off? He looks like a guy who sits outside the liquor store and asks you for money.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, he should put that visor back on. It gives him some youth.
He looks now. Remember him when he was here at UTSA? That gray wasn't all there.
No,
he's aged like a president.
That is,
he did.
That's life in the SEC, man. Yeah,
this might not be good for you.
UTSA here. If you lose a game here, they're not lighting crosses in your front yard.
I'll tell you what. Right now,
in the SEC, they light crosses on your yard, or you lose a football match.
Jeez, that's deep.
It's bad news, man. Bad news. It wears you out. Of course, I didn't have gray in my beard until I moved here.
It's the water.
It's actually not. It's when I went to Vegas. I do believe there is something to that, because that Vegas job was probably the most stressful work environment I was ever in. And I did feel it aging me. It's funny how that happens, but
I had my daughter. That's when my gray came on.
It really does. It could just be natural. It's a coincidence that's when I started to.
I think it's more of a
than I am.
coincidence. I think normally we hit that time in the most stressful part of our lives, right about the time we turn gray, anyway. So it kind of accentuates. I mean, mid-40s is normally the most
I hit it about
difficult.
In my very early 40s.
Yeah, but right about that time, you've achieved a level in your career where you've got a fair amount of stress. You're still striving. So I
went from running a radio station in Houston and doing a show to this, but also it was something about I took joy in my work in Houston, and I didn't take joy in my work in Vegas.
That's about the first time
there was no joy in
you
Mudville.
start losing the joy because you work and work and work, and you're like, my gosh, it just keeps coming.
But here I am. I love working here with you,
That's
Rob.
what happens.
I love showing up and drinking coffee and eating Bob's.
There's more to life.
Yeah, that's what this show's all about, is us eating and drinking. Yeah, that's it.
Whataburger's
basically my entire life.
Yeah. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I think we should start with the game last night, which was one of the better games of these playoffs, which have already had a handful of really good games. Miami gets to win 31-27, and it came on a last-minute touchdown that felt like, they scored in the last minute, the game's over. But it wasn't. There was a little bit of drama to be had at the end of the game.
Trinidad, the winner.
But he comes up just short.
Well.
This ended up being, you know what? Honestly, the game. So, as someone who bet on Ole Miss, normally I'd like to find a way to justify, I was on the right side of it. It just didn't work out.
No, they got beat.
They got beat.
Yeah, better team won.
The first half. It just took Ole Miss too long to show up, is what happened.
And they got beat up. I mean, by the end of the first half, they were worn out. It was a valiant effort in the second half just to do what they did, because I thought they were out of gas. I thought it could get ugly there in the third, and it didn't, to Ole Miss's credit. But that was a fist fight.
It's funny.
last night.
One of the things that I really expected to work for Ole Miss was I thought they were gonna go up tempo, and I heard the broadcast say it at one point last night. Ole Miss would love to go up tempo here and start to wear down this defensive front, but they haven't run enough plays to do it. Like they just couldn't get into a rhythm. And then when they got into a rhythm in the second half, you said, okay, now you see what's going on here. Both teams missed a field goal, so the Miami field goal was a rough miss. And then
the doink.
Maybe the best kicker in college football, Lucas Carnero, missed a long one on a doinked in another one. But it was a well-played game, came down to the last play of the game. Honestly, there could have been a call in the end zone that would have created another last play of the game. It looks like from about the 18-yard line. That would have been exciting. But when I say that, as someone who bet Ole Miss, I would have loved to seen a flag come out there just to see what it comes down to with 0 on the clock and untimed down. That would have been fun. And I think you're hard-pressed to find anyone who would say that it was not pass interference. But
everybody but people in Oxford aren't okay, I think.
But flags don't come out in those situations. And if they start coming out, then it's going to come out on every play at the end of the game in the end zone.
What I would question is there wasn't a whole lot of continuity to the calling because they got kind of in and out with pass interference.
Well, in the second half, all of a sudden, it was a big deal.
Yeah, it became something. So, and then for it not to be, I could question. But there was a great quote one time. When you ever hear people say, let them play, that's supposed to say, what are you saying? Let them foul. Let them play means it's supposed to be let them foul.
Let them kick each other's ass.
Yeah, let them play. Let the players decide it. Well, I mean, that's why we have guys in stripes, because when the players decide it, normally there's some cheating going on. So I'm somewhere in between there. I just think there had to be such a definite change in leverage or whatever it might be to make that call. I'm glad the ref didn't pull the flag. I am. It would have been so controversial.
It would have been.
And they had already had a rough second half. That targeting call was silly. I hate the way it ended, but I ain't mad that it ended that way.
I also remember a Fiesta Bowl where Miami was also involved against Ohio State, and a pass interference flag came out that had no business coming out.
Right.
And at the time going, man, I can't believe they decided a game like that. I didn't want the game to be decided on that, but also what it would have done would have been first down from the 18-yard line.
It had added some volume to it.
It would have been like one play, what happens here? And then if that happens, the PI call is, first of all, it's going to be hard to look at that and go, oh, they should have never thrown that flag. But we would have had that one play that would have been decided.
I don't think we would have been mad at it. No.
And quite frankly, I don't know if it would have changed anything. So it's
you never know.
You never know.
I split the bet. That's all that matters.
And here we go. Miami in your national championship game after a run where they go on the road in their first round. Remember, people said they shouldn't have been in.
Haven't been home for a month.
An at-large non-conference winner. Go on the road, get a win over Texas A&M. Then they beat Ohio State soundly.
Yeah.
The favorite to win the national title. They beat them soundly, and then they go out to Arizona and get a win over Ole Miss. And here we go. They await the winner of tonight's game between Indiana and Oregon. Either Mario Cristobal will go up against the unbeaten Kurt Signetti's, or he'll go up against his former employer, the place he left to take this Miami job, which there's a little intrigue on both of those.
Well, I think I know what we all want.
Oh, of course.
I think I know what we're all – I'm just trying to come up with it's not a Catholics convicts thing, but there's got to be some kind of nickname we can come up with the nerds from Indiana.
Yeah.
And the Kane swagger. There's got to be some kind of thing we like – a Thrilla in Manila kind of nickname we can come up with for this game.
It's cocaine versus corn.
It's something. Well, I want to come up with. See, I want to get away from the thug life.
It's
Miami life.
Well, it's Miami. It's cocaine versus cornfields. That's the matchup.
I think I want to get away from that Thug Life Miami thing because that's not them now.
Oh, I'm not even thinking about the team. I'm just thinking about the city. Like
but I want it to represent like it did back Catholics versus convicts because that was true. That was it. This one, there's something there. I just don't know where it is to put on the T-shirt.
All I know is Carson Beck is. Remember that video that Vic? You might remember this. Rob, you probably weren't even paying attention at this point, but there was a video, a very popular song by a band called The Offspring.
Yes.
Called "Pretty Fly for a White Guy."
Yep.
And there was a video that accompanied it that was the typical white guy trying to be hood. Carson Beck gives off all those vibes. Like he doesn't he doesn't talk like it, but if he like when I see Carson Beck and his goofy face and his
arms,
did you see the pregame?
Sleeves.
See the pregame interview?
Yeah,
he's a dork.
I just expect him to be like, "Yo, what up?" No. But that's not what he's like.
He could have described you in deep detail his favorite dinosaur.
Yeah, he's an odd bird, but he does get the game-winning touchdown last night. Ran one in when they needed it most, and. Yeah, Ole Miss, their defense. I mean, Miami's defense got worn down. Like, and there were guys off the field. They were getting injured, and that's what I think made Ole Miss a little more intriguing in the second half. But at the end of the game, Ole Miss just couldn't get the stop that they needed. All they had to do was hold them to a field goal, and then we get extra time. But a couple big conversions, and here we go. Miami gets the winner of Indiana and Oregon tonight, and. Man, this is I'm just as excited for tonight's game as I was for last night's game.
We got a rematch tonight. They know each other, so we got a whole bunch of other stuff to look at. It's going to be exactly what we hoped. This is going to be a lot of fun, and the Miami's going to have to get well. There's some things they're going to have to get done over the next week and a half.
All right, I want to kind of do an autopsy on Ole Miss when we come back. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That road work at 35 northbound O'Connor to Judson Road, that's been picked up. And the stall at I-10 westbound Houston Street. Now, we do have this road work downtown ongoing, 35 upper level between I-10 over to Brooklyn Avenue. That is closed. And I-10 upper level eastbound, that off-ramp to get onto northbound 35. Road work blocking the left lane of the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Sean, 93 Toyota 4Runner, 130,000 miles, new engines and transmission. What'd you spend on the engine and training?
$6,500.
Yeah. See, at some point, you need to throw the towel in and let her go on to the graveyard. When you blew the tranny, I didn't mean it like that, like your transmission failed. I didn't mean like you blew a tranny.
I got the tranny.
I'm trying to say it right. Transmission.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is Friday, a Flight Friday, so join the Blitz this afternoon from 2 to 6 at Bubba's 33 in Alamo Ranch. Kick off the weekend and pregame with us and Flight by Yingling ahead of the Indiana-Oregon semifinal game.
Flight will be on special, and you know they're going to have some great prizes to give away, including those cool backpack coolers. So plan now to join the Blitz from 2 to 6 for a Flight Friday at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location with Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. And let me tell you, I love numbers. 1040s, 1099s, W-2s, all of them. With TaxSlayer, anyone can file a federal return for just $22.99. You'll get 100% accuracy and your biggest possible refund guaranteed. Now those are great numbers. Need help along the way? We've got U.S.-based real human support. File by February 8th for just $22.99 and get the refund you deserve. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
The football playoffs are here, and you know Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Look, as a Cowboy fan, I've got to find these games more exciting and entertaining, and I can do that with Underdog. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy. You take your favorite player stats and decide higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, rushing yards, that sort of thing. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So what are you waiting for? Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Dun, 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 dun. I haven't heard this in a long time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6.
Twice in the same.
I could sing every word of this song too.
Yeah.
If you can believe that.
No.
Yeah.
You know this one?
Yeah. Well, he makes up with denial. All right. Yeah, this is the Carson Beck anthem.
Yep.
He's pretty fly for a white guy.
Are those fake tattoos?
Oh, they should be. It looks like he should just put on the Affliction shirt and get over with it.
He reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite's brother, Kip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just over them there mountains.
I guess you could say it's getting pretty serious.
With his...
with LaFonda.
He's such a nerd. I had no idea he was that goofy.
He's he's an odd bird.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he played just a solid football game last night. What was it in the pregame? His job wasn't to win the game. His job was to convert third downs.
And he did it.
What a thing to teach your quarterback, man.
Quite frankly, that was the difference in the game was third down. Miami was 11 of 19. Ole Miss 2 of 10 on third down. And that doesn't include the 2 for 2 on fourth down that Miami was. They went for it a couple times on fourth, including one on the very first drive. I was like, man, it's big balls.
Yes.
They got it. So 2 for 2 on fourth down, 11 to 19 on third down. And Ole Miss, they could not – I think they were 0 for 6 in the first half trying to convert third downs. They just could not get one across and then end up 2 of 10, which isn't great. And what that leads to is a lot of short possessions. And – the telling stat of this game is time of possession.
First half, killed him.
Miami, 41 minutes and 22 seconds. Ole Miss, 18:38.
And I'm not looking for excuses, but I wonder how much that twinge that Lacey faced after that nice bust run where he had to go back in the tent.
That certainly hurt.
I wonder how much that affected their game plan because they were going to keep pounding that hammer. You could tell they were committed to doing that, and then I think they were forced to get away from it there in the first half, and it caused a lot of short possessions.
Yeah, I was nervous because I'd hit one bet on the longest run when he had a 73-yard run, but his total yardage bet that I had over as well was like 76.5. And so after that 73-yard run, he goes to the locker room, and it's like, oh no, I'm going to lose
both of those.
He did eventually, but I was like, he's going to lose this bet because he's not going to come back. So he came out with that leg sleeve. I was like, yeah, what a man!
And just enough. Boy, he's a good mix of Derrick Henry and a speed back. He's gonna have a good NFL career. He's got skill.
Yeah, he's not super big. But he's very good
and deceptively fast. He's got long strides, man. In the open field, you ain't catching him.
If I'm not mistaken, he's a Texas kid. But I don't want to be held to that. But
of course he would be.
I think he is. And Ole Miss,
Hey, man, they did all they could.
They did.
I'm not mad at Ole Miss. They played a heck of a football game and just got beat by a more violent, physical, ready-to-play football game.
And the one thing that I'm glad about is we can't look at this Ole Miss team and go, well, if they'd had their full stock of coaches, it would have been different.
No, it had nothing to do with it.
I don't think it did.
No.
I think now you could argue would the offensive looked a little more creative early on if Lane were there, sure. But I'm just talking about all the assistants and stuff. I can't imagine it would have been much of a different story.
They just, in hindsight, which is always 2020, I just have undervalued Miami. I just didn't think that they were capable of doing what they did in the first half by dominating that, and some of it was given, some of it was taken. But in the fourth quarter, they took that game, they got the punch, they took the punch, and they came back and delivered. And then they damn near gave it back. So the best team won. I think that Ole Miss in the cold gray light of day after they look at the film and get over the pass interference, we'll say, yeah, we're pretty beat up today. If we didn't lose at the very best, we were equal to these guys.
And the case grows against the people who say there's enough teams in the playoff because there is a world where Miami doesn't make this playoff.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, it would have been hard to argue. I do think that they made the playoff because they beat Notre Dame head-to-head. And make no mistake, Notre Dame, at least by power ratings, would be I think is better than Miami. I think if you put Notre Dame and Miami head-to-head, I'd pick Notre Dame on a neutral. But
if we're just going records, BYU was standing there kind of pissed too. So, yeah, this is a conversation for another day. But there is a deadline looming for all the ADs to get together to decide whether they're going to expand to 16. It's coming up here in the next couple of weeks, and I do think that there's been a pretty firm argument this week to kind of justify the expansion.
I think so. So I hope it doesn't grow beyond 16. I don't need that.
I don't think it can get any bigger, at least not this time.
I don't want it ever to get bigger. Like we don't need
Let's never say never, man.
We don't need the number 32 team playing for a national title
until the number 16 team wins it. We go, well, maybe that 17 team that had a Heisman candidate.
I don't want that. All right, well, we'll be right back. We'll continue college football talk. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That road work at 35 northbound O'Connor to Judson Road, that's been picked up. And the stall at I-10 westbound Houston Street. Now, we do have this road work downtown ongoing, 35 upper level between I-10 over the Brooklyn Avenue. That is closed. And I-10 upper level eastbound, that off-ramp to get onto northbound 35. Road work blocking the left lane of the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
George gets justice. After an accident, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work, and the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you only pay if they win. Real help is within reach. Right now, call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Member Week is here for pros at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off hundreds of items from tools and paint to kitchen and bath and more. Just in time to stock up for this year's jobs. Plus, earn 5 times the points on an eligible purchase. Shop member deals in-store and online from January 8th through the 14th. Still not a member? Join for free today. Lowe's. We help, you save. Point boosters subject to exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Joel, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Okay, so your trophy's in the cabinet. Business is great. The growing pains are all in the past, and you're feeling optimistic. Now you're in big trouble. Because truth is, no matter how well you slayed your last quarter, the next one could slay you right back. And without a cohesive strategy and a scalable idea you can rely on, nothing is certain except uncertainty. Which is why for your next rodeo, you need the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a true creative partner that brings next-level creative thinking and production quality to companies who didn't believe they could afford it. So you can keep your company growing without outgrowing the dream that started it. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great scalable idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at Bubba's 33, the Alamo Ranch location, with our friends from Flight by Yingling.
All the reaction from the Ole Miss Miami game, and of course, we get you ready for Friday night's Indiana-Oregon semifinal matchup.
And of course, we'll get you ready for what is going to be a huge NFL wild card weekend. I can't wait.
It's a Flight Friday, so join us at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location on The Blitz. We start at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're not supposed to use this music, only when we talk to Dr. Garrett.
You didn't have your headset on.
Oh, no, what did he say?
Remember, he's filling in. He didn't get a chance to load up, so I think he was like, I don't have you bump. I'm going to play this. He said that to me.
I thought there was bump music already on.
We knew it was coming. He just didn't get the handoff.
Cut that music. I'll give you some better bump music. You ready?
Dr. Garrett might be waking up right now in a panic.
This is a better bump in.
There we go.
There we go.
Because America.
It's the Morning Huddle 94.1. Here we go. What an angel.
That'll wake you up in the morning. That'll make the old fillings rattle.
I wonder whatever happened to her.
She had to go to rehab, didn't she?
I remember that. Yeah,
rehab.
Is she? I haven't heard from her again.
Well, that's hard to come back from.
Oh, Ingrid.
Dixie Chicks disappeared for 20 years.
It's true, and then they came back wearing
all
a mask.
Dried up and
they're just called the Chicks now.
Just worn out.
They're like, we're different. We're just the Chicks. We're not the band. We've got no association with those people. We're the Chicks.
Look at us.
The Dixie Chicks? No, that was a different grouping of
just
gals.
Look like us. Yeah. We tour we also tour as U2.
Natalie Maines ties her hair back in a bun.
She does Bono and old Dixie Chick stuff.
I'm going to cover Landslide now, right after. All right. What a nonsensical discussion. Yes. I guess I'll ask you this before we get into the game tonight. Do you think after what you saw of Miami last night, and knowing on the other side of this, whoever they play in the national championship game is better than Ole Miss, at least on paper is better than Ole Miss. Yeah. What kind of odds do you give Miami to win a national title?
I mean, when you're as consistently hard-hitting as they are, they just on every play, they're as physical team as I've seen in years, really. And it's not always effective, but they're going to hit you hard, and that just wears you down in the fourth quarter. Ole Miss was gassed. I think that Indiana is a bigger physical football team, more physical than Ole Miss. I think that Indiana provides a little bit more of a pressure kind of defense, a little bit more than Ole Miss. I think the line of scrimmage is going to be a little bit more defined on the Indiana side. If they're going to go that way, I think they have a better opportunity. Though, I do know Oregon is fast, and I know that Oregon, if they can establish a run game, is a very hard football team to beat because while Dante isn't Chambliss, he has a cannon of an arm.
Yeah.
And an accurate arm. Think back to the game that ended the Penn State everything and the touchdown pass that he threw. He's got a good arm. They're just not as good as Indiana.
I tend to agree. But I think I'll probably favor either one of these teams over Oregon would be close.
It would be.
My beef on Oregon all year long has been they can't stop the run, and when they run into a team that's really going to be able to run the ball down their
Indiana,
then they're in trouble. I don't know if Miami's that team. Miami had their run game going last night.
They've had the run game going 3 straight games. At some point, we have to admit they can run the football. I mean, you don't dominate the time of possession like that.
Yeah.
No, they're not gashing you for 15, but they're picking up 4.5 every time they pick it up. So they can run the football. They're just not doing it in big chunks.
You're right. But I certainly now respect the fact that Miami's they're very capable.
Yeah, I'm a believer in that. They're the best team coming out of yesterday, and I'd have to look a little bit closer at the injury situation. One of those edges with that bad elbow or a shoulder scares me, but I still think the winner of these two probably has an advantage over Miami. But at some point, I'm either going to stop or start sounding like those announcers in all the Rocky movies that was wrong on every occasion when Rocky fought. Every time Miami stepped to the plate, I've been wrong.
I think what we're not going to get, though, is a huge spread. I can't imagine now that Indiana would be favored by, I don't know, it's under a touchdown for sure. It's at least a national championship game. Whatever you think of Miami being there, at least on paper, it's going to be a somewhat closely contested game. That's all I'm looking for.
There's so many different matchups inside of the Indiana-Miami matchup that are just thrilling. And, I haven't really addressed what Oregon brings to the table, and, with the expectation that Indiana's going to just beat them twice. But I know we're far away from that. I expect just about the same kind of thing tonight. It'll be decided the last 5 minutes.
Mendoza's been a guy all year who's been good under pressure when he's been pressured, which is rare. And Miami is as good as it gets at getting that pressure.
Better lace them up.
I mean, last night, Chambliss didn't. I think he only got sacked once, but he did have a
the first whiff of pressure, he was gone. I mean, he didn't wait around at all.
But he is hard to get a hold of, and they did force a big penalty on him for grounding. He tried to get the ball out and didn't get it to the line of scrimmage.
And how many times they tip it?
A ton.
Yes.
And I was telling you during the before the show, I got really lucky to win that no interceptions bet. I mean, I'll take it, because I get unlucky plenty of times. But he should. I mean, there was about 4 different times where that should have been the interception, and he got away with them. And they did a really good job getting after him, and I'm sure that's going to be the task again, getting after Mendoza like that. But Mendoza, the difference is, rather than like Chambliss is always looking for that big explosive play down the field. If you blitz or you come hard after Mendoza, he's good at getting rid of the ball very fast, very accurately. It doesn't have to be a long bomb, but his guys have done stuff after the catch, and he's at least going to make a positive play out of pretty much any situation.
It's going to be. And I think that while they don't have a back the caliber of Lacey, they got 2 backs that combined continue to threaten, and their play-action game is as good as anything in football.
And I guess we should stop talking about it like Indiana's the foregone conclusion.
No,
this is a competitive game tonight.
It is. And I want to stop sounding like a Rocky announcer and just assuming what I thought was true. But this one is thrilling because Oregon has been there and done that. They know exactly what they're getting into, and it's not a matter of surprise when Indiana is better than you thought. And I think a lot of teams still have kind of run into that. Oregon knows how good Indiana is and knows. I heard Lanning talking yesterday. That's the best thing to happen to us because they exposed every one of our weaknesses, and we found out in time to fix them.
All right, we'll start talking the game tonight. Indiana and Oregon on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
It is Friday, a Flight Friday, so join the Blitz this afternoon from 2 to 6 at Bubba's 33 in Alamo Ranch. Kick off the weekend and pregame with us and Flight by Yingling ahead of the Indiana-Oregon semifinal game.
Flight will be on special, and you know they're going to have some great prizes to give away, including those cool backpack coolers. So plan now to join the Blitz from 2 to 6 for a Flight Friday at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location with Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, family, this new year is off to a great start. Everybody, how are those New Year's resolutions?
Dear, my resolution is to cut my damaged hair and just start over.
Dad, my resolution is to take better care of my skin. It's so dry. Ew.
Pops, my New Year's resolution is to work out at the gym. Go up and drink a gallon of bottled water every day.
My resolution is to take up skydiving.
Mom, you're 96.
Don't you make me get it.
Family, my resolution is to replace all our appliances that have been destroyed over the years by hard water.
Sounds like your family needs to start the new year off with installing a Connecticut water system and get a head start on all those resolutions.
This guy's making sense.
There's a reason why we say Connecticut is the last water softener you'll ever own. Call us at 656-PURE. We'll change your water, and it'll change your life.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut. SA.com.
License number 38961.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle here on 94.1. 6:48 in the blessed AM. I'm Rob Thompson. AJ's here. Vic's here. They're just not here. That's Edwin on the other side of the double pane. So here we sit. Not only did we get an extraordinary game last night, at least on paper, the expectation is we should get just about the same kind of game tonight, but with the added wrinkle of a rematch. The last time we saw those two together, Indiana was a marked better team. And they weren't number one in the country yet, but they were on their way to becoming that, and they looked it. Yesterday, listening to Dan Lanning in preparation, we talked about it as the break was coming. One of the reasons this game is going to be so interesting is there is the interest of a repeat that most of us probably didn't see. This was a Big Ten game. We're in SEC Big 12 country. I don't think a lot of us saw the first of these games. So it's not the typical LSU, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Alabama, the repeats that we kept seeing over and over where it got a little old. I think the fact that there's a repeat in this one, a rematch, adds more drama just because the lesser team at least knows what they're in for. And one of the things that Lanning talked about was in the first game, their offensive line was exposed. That the quarterback was under duress from the get-go. I think he was sacked 4 times and rushed at least 8 others in the game. Now, he was effective in the closing of the game, but the fact was that offense was knocked off kilter early, and it stayed that way. And I think looking at where the game is going to be won and lost in the trenches, if Oregon can run the football, the repeat will show that the fix was in, that the team knew what they had to fix to beat this team in Indiana. And for me, AJ, that's why the intrigue is even more so because we do get a rematch. And normally I'm not down with a rematch. I'd rather see two teams that, walking in ready to meet each other without really knowing what the others can do. And tonight, I think because I don't think a lot of us saw the first game, to be honest with you.
Oh, you don't think so?
I think it was a game that if you cared as a college football fan, but if you're a Big 12 SEC fan, there was another game on.
It was a top 10 matchup at the time. I think at the time even Oregon was the higher ranked team. And it was a solid game. Both teams, neither team had a ton of success running the football. Oregon had a couple of turnovers that ended up proving costly at the end of the game. Dante Moore threw 2 picks.
And was sacked 4 times.
Yeah, they were all over him. And it was I know I'm a broken record, but a time of possession game. And Indiana controlled the ball, had way more first downs. It felt like a very repeatable performance. And now you factor in that game happened at Autzen, and now Oregon, who I generally, when they travel to the East Coast anyway, I'm like, ooh, you want to back Oregon here? Doesn't seem very fun, right? Now they're traveling to the East Coast, albeit it's not the same as traveling to a road environment, or it's not as difficult as traveling to a road environment. But I think if Indiana was able to do what they did to them in Oregon, I think they can do that in the Peach Bowl.
The one difference that I think Oregon can bring that they didn't the first time is if they can at least get some traction in the run game. Getting first and 10 carries where you're 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, where you can actually make a play call. I think what happened to them in the first game is they got caught behind the chains, couldn't convert on. They were 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8. Their first down runs were not effective, and it knocked them out of their style that eventually was their forte, getting their quarterback in great situations with 2nd and medium, 3rd and short, where they can do some things downfield with the speed that they've got. They didn't do that against Indiana, and the fear is they won't be able to do that because Indiana just dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They flushed him out, and on offense, they dominated the inside. They were able to run the football interiorly and dominate the time of possession. That's why if Indiana does win, they go into the guts of the best thing that Miami does is dominate the line of scrimmage. So that's why I think so many of us are looking forward to that next game when you got to be careful that Indiana at least has an idea of how good Indiana is. And I think that shocks more teams than most, that the quality of player is so good on the Indiana team that you're just not ready for it.
Well, it's because they're not a bunch of guys that had a bunch of stars.
Yeah,
they're guys who have developed into, and they're grown-ass men.
Yes, and you're just not ready for it till you see it. And I think every time Indiana plays a non-Big Ten team or somebody that hadn't seen it, they're just astounded by how good they really are.
Yeah, Oregon in that first game, 30 carries, 81 yards.
That doesn't feed the Bulldog.
2.7 yards per carry. They're going to have to be way better than that tonight. And
that is the absolute key to victory. If they can't do that, they can't win.
And also, I mean, the 2 Dante Moore interceptions is rough, but Mendoza threw one also in that game, so it's not a huge turnover differential, but you can't turn over the ball in these games. Like the margins are too tight. I think you don't want to lose this game by being sloppy with the ball.
And the good news is, I think one of them is, but both these quarterbacks are better than Miami quarterback, and Miami quarterback's pretty damn good. So no matter what happens, we're going to have a matchup of two quarterbacks in a championship game that are fully capable of winning it in different ways, but fully capable of winning it.
All right, we'll get back into more college football later, but I want to start digging deep into these NFL games for this weekend. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 7:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob on a Friday. And let's give credit where it's due. Victor Brown with the assist. Came through with the donuts, even got the kind that I wanted.
That was ridiculously fast.
It was? Well, I mean, donuts are pre-made, so
I
I
know,
guess that
but that
helps.
didn't take you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
His car's very fast.
Crazy.
I have a.
His Corvette.
Yeah, the Corvette. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Well,
Gets me there quick.
Gets you there quick. Gets the donuts quick. Gets them back quick.
I even got chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's right. I got the chocolate milk.
Like a big boy, I drink mine. I don't know why. Since I was a little kid, I love to drink chocolate milk with a donut.
Oh, yeah. Me too, until I had to stop.
I refuse to tolerate. I don't tolerate lactose. I don't tolerate it at all.
I'll die before I stop eating dairy. It's too good.
Well, sometimes I feel like I'm
I
going
need
to die.
cheese in my life. I love
have no
cheese.
choice. My poor wife will suffer.
No, listen, that's her problem. It ain't your problem.
I haven't stopped, but it is certainly. I have to make a firm decision that I'm all in because I'm going to pay the price.
A firm decision if you want to be firm or not.
I will not be infirm. I will be infirm later.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably have things that you know what my wife was telling me. She wants me to now take a prebiotic pill.
Oh, for gut health?
Yeah.
Why? You stinking it up?
No, she told me that. And do either of you? Did either of you have your appendix taken out ever?
I have. Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Okay. So when did you get your appendix out?
It's been about 10, 12 years ago.
Okay. When that happened, did they say, "Oh, it's no big deal. It doesn't do anything," right?
No. I think the studies had shown that it does aid in digestion.
Okay. Yeah. So what the appendix, like when I got mine taken out in like 1994.
Oh, yeah, mine was 2010, 12.
And it was like, at the time it was like, yeah, you don't need it. It's not a big deal.
No.
But what it does is it stores bacteria, and it either good or bad bacteria. It holds on to that and flushes out the bad and distributes the good. Well, the good bacteria that it holds is stuff that helps with gut health, like digestive stuff. And so there's been studies, like recent studies, that say if you don't have an appendix, you're probably less likely to have proper gut health.
I agree with that.
So you need to take something to help your body work on this stuff.
And, you know, it's funny. I was never really lactose intolerant till afterwards.
See?
I ascribe to the Dr. Jason Garrett that your entire health is one giant tent pole. And once it gets off kilter, it affects so many different parts of your health. One little thing leads to another to another. And I don't know if the appendix, the lack of that, brought on my lactose intolerance, but it's
a real possibility.
It's certainly a correlation to it. I can give you that.
So if you would you take a prebiotic?
Absolutely,
if
I would.
I
won't argue that.
I have before. I used to be on like I had a nutritionist, and I was on like a vitamin routine, and I'm just like, now I'm not competing as an athlete, and it's like, what's the point? I'll just be a fat old person.
You get to the point where if you reach an age where you do see a genuine result. You know, when you're in your mid-40s, you're going to feel pretty good regardless. You just feel you're in better shape. But you get older and suddenly you take these things and you know what, it works. That's why they have all those late-night TV commercials for old people, like the Copper Fit and all the other kind of things, because a little bit does actually help.
Yeah.
It might not be a fix, but it kind of helps.
So normally when my wife suggests I take some kind of medication, I don't want to do it, but I think I might give this a try. I think, Vic, maybe you should do it as well. You need better gut health.
Oh, yeah, I do. I kind of do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but you're like, for you, if you got a prebiotic, it'd probably be like, oh, I can't take this because my kidney, blah, blah, blah.
Is it like you're going to take that powder? I mean, I know there's some like yogurts you can eat that have
I'm not going to eat anything. It'll have to be either pill form or like some
like a powder stuff that I'd gotten.
Yeah. Well, I think I drink that AG1 sometimes.
It's a lot like that.
It's got a lot of that in it, but I don't like drinking it all the time.
The stuff that I got initially that I haven't used, it was like a little packet that you could sprinkle on anything you're eating. You didn't even taste it.
Oh, I'd be interested in that.
It looked like a little tea packet.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be open to that if it doesn't taste like anything.
No, you didn't even notice it.
Okay.
Interesting.
I made shrimp fried rice last night.
Black stone
fried rice?
Shrimps.
That is one of those things when you have one of those big griddles that you really feel like, you know what, I can cook. Because it is delicious.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is restaurant quality, as we say around the Thompson house.
I only make two things on my Blackstone. I guess I could make breakfast, but I don't really eat breakfast, so I rarely do it. But it's the fried rice. And normally when I make fried rice, I use leftover barbecue. Like if I've got leftover brisket or leftover pork steak, I'll make fried rice out of it. The only other thing I cook is cheesesteaks.
The next foray, go get yourself some aluminum pans and fry some chicken.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ballsy enough for that.
That's easy.
What do? You just put you say aluminum pans. You put some grease in an aluminum pan.
That's it.
Huh. Okay.
What type of oil? Vegetable or what?
I always use peanut, but you can use anything you want.
Interesting. Maybe I should just get out the deep fryer and.
Well, it makes it a whole lot easier to do fried chicken because you're not heating up. You're not standing in a bunch of grease in your kitchen.
No, you're right.
It's outside, it gets hot as all get out.
How deep do you put the oil?
Enough to cover the chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So
that's kind of the next step.
Like 3 inches, something like that.
Yeah. You can also bake bread.
Oh no, I'm not.
I've done biscuits.
I don't want to get to that. I don't think I could do that.
Oh, you could. It's actually just a matter of placement.
I'm still not I like to set mine up hottest on the left, coolest on the right.
Yeah.
And like when something's done, I push it off to the side.
Yeah. Do you work from left to right or right to left?
Left to right.
And I'm left-handed, and I also work left to right.
Yeah. So like with last night, first thing I did was put onions on, and
when you're at your stove and you're facing the griddle or the stovetop in front of you, the 4 burners, which one is the primary burner that you use? Top left or front right?
Top left or front
right or back right or left? When you're in front of the stove and you're putting a pot on to cook, boil, whatever, only one, a pan pot, does it go on the right or the left?
Oh, back left.
Back left?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I
Vic, where's your go-to stove placement? He's not paying attention.
I guess I never think about it.
But you go back left for safety purposes.
Yeah. I think also for mess purposes.
Yeah, I get it. I'm a front right guy.
Okay.
I don't know why, but if I'm putting something on, it's always the front right.
Well, also you're left-handed. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
You'd think it'd be front left. But when I work from the griddle, I work from left to right.
Intriguing. Yeah, how many burners is on your Blackstone?
5.
Okay, yeah, you got the same one I do. I wish I had the 4 burner. Mine's too big.
Oh no.
It's like it's out of control. I don't need I don't need that fit spot.
I love the size.
My problem last night was the shrimp. Like shrimp cooks too fast to work on.
You got to wait to the bitter end on that one.
Yeah, I started them a little early, and then I was like, oh, I got to get them over here. And I was like trying to chop up the shrimp to make them smaller because they're full size shrimps. And I was like trying to chop them in half.
You've just hit on the key to the Blackstone cooking. When you go to stand in front to begin the cook, you better have everything ready because the process has begun.
Yeah, everything's got to be chopped.
There ain't no waiting.
It's like when you go to hibachi and the guy comes out, everything's...
Oh, yeah.
You better I got to go chop up the bell pepper. No, there ain't time to do any chopping.
You'll overcook it quick.
Train, the train has left the station.
No, you're
Keep
right.
moving.
Yeah, so it was my first foray with shrimp. It was a moderate success.
I'm sure you're moderate on a Blackstone. Crispy, delicious delight.
Yeah.
Can you make shrimp scampi?
Yeah, you can cook anything. Anything that you can cook in a cast iron pan or skillet. Anything that you cook in a cast iron skillet, you can cook.
You can cook on a Blackstone.
Consider,
Oh, yes. That's all it is, a giant cast iron skillet.
That's all it is, yeah.
All right. Enough talk about my dinner last night.
I had chili dogs.
Oh, really?
I was going to make chili, and I thought that's too much work, so
you just opened a can of chili?
I had the taste for chili, so I stopped off, and I have to do it every time I buy it. How long has it been since you had a can of Wolf brand chili? Well, that's too long. So I had myself a can of Wolf brand chili.
And on a hot dog?
On a hot dog with some cheese and onions.
I don't like hot dogs.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Vic, do you like hot dogs? I know you can't eat them, but would you eat a hot dog if you could?
I'll inhale a hot dog.
Oh, good dog, man. A good dog every couple of weeks.
It's got to have mustard and onions.
Mustard, onions, cheese,
If you're
chili.
at a cookout, do you pick hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody picks hamburger,
well,
right?
I'll go back for a dog, but everybody grab a hamburger first.
Probably one of
each.
Yeah,
I'll get a dog, but it's all about the hamburger.
I'm way more hamburger than hot dog.
But this was boiled. This wasn't grilled.
Oh, I can't. That's where I draw the line. I can't eat a boiled hot dog.
This is a
New
York dog.
No.
It has to have smoke on it, or like it has to be pretty charred. Actually,
yeah, there we go. Nice little char.
that has its place. But last night I wanted boiled. I wanted the soft, like ballpark dog.
That's my problem. I don't like hot dogs like that.
No, we usually chop up the hot dogs and put it in the fideo.
Well, I saved 2. I saved 2 for breakfast on Saturday.
okay, yeah.
Fideo's kind of like Mexican SpaghettiOs, right?
Basically.
Fideo is our leftovers. If there's a leftover hamburger meat or any kind of stuff, I make Fideo.
That's a common side at my house, but I only eat a little bit. But yeah, it's got to have the hot dogs
But you
for the
got to
kids to eat
crisp
it.
the vermicelli. I like
I've had it
brown
but
vermicelli.
I've never like attempted to make it in my house. So
It's
you
easy.
make it or
It's
your wife
easy.
does?
We both do.
What kind of sauce?
Tomato sauce.
Just regular old tomato
Just
sauce.
one. The small cans. They come in small small cans. Yeah, that's it. Just put one in there, and then you fry the fideo with oil. Get it nice and crispy. Then you add some water with the tomato sauce, and then you put some onion and
Season
hot
the
dog
hell out
in
of
there.
it, whatever you like in there.
Okay.
Add your
But-
protein.
yeah.
I've had chicken. I do kielbasa sausage. I like it.
Yeah, see, we do
And
that sometimes
Fideo,
too. But for some reason, the kids love if it doesn't have the hot dogs in it, they won't eat.
Well,
it.
kids love hot dogs because they're too dumb to know what's in a hot dog.
I know.
It's just another version of
I
bologna.
know.
So I get it, and I like it too. I'm not too.
However,
good for a
I
bologna.
don't buy the 99-cent hot dogs. I always buy the ballpark. They're like $5 or $6 for
All
the
beef Frank.
Yeah,
Well, I would
something
buy
like
the
that.
kosher dogs. I
Yeah.
can't deal with nitrates.
Or the kielbasa sausage, either the mesquite.
That's
or
when we
the-
have company. That's when we're getting fancy.
Yeah.
When we go to the special weenies.
That's right.
But, it's just me.
I'll eat a hot dog bun with like a sausage in it.
See, I mean, that's
Yeah,
for
there we
company.
go.
That's fancy stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
But you know,
But I'm cutting out on the bread, so it's I just gotta just eat the sausage and that's it.
I'm all right with that too.
I can't believe you don't like dogs.
No, I don't do that.
So you wouldn't like if you're walking down the street in New York, you wouldn't go get a dog?
Oh God, no! From one of those carts.
Oh yeah. A Sabret dog?
I will totally buy
Someone
one.
pull out some.
I will eat a poverty dog. I'll eat one of those dogs when you're in L.A. And I was in Denver not long ago, where they set up just like an aluminum pan over a burner, and they're just rolling hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, they're delicious, man.
$6.
A little bit of street grease
I'll
on there.
take
a little bit of homeless sweat.
Yeah,
Cool,
they,
man.
pull,
That's
they
a
pull
dog.
out a sweaty ass bun
Oh,
out of
yeah.
that
Pull that out of their
box.
pocket.
Yeah.
They pull a bun out of their pocket.
And some old mustard.
Oh yeah,
Nom,
mustard.
nom,
in there.
nom, nom,
Hey,
nom.
wait! I got some old mustard from a McDonald's.
I will
Here's
not
some of
do
that for you.
sauerkraut, but I'll do the onions.
Oh,
You don't like sauerkraut?
homeless
No,
street
I
kraut.
hate
Street kraut on a poverty dog, dude. That is, but it needs to be somewhere in the nocturnal AMs. Sometime between 2 and 4 a.m. is when they reach their peak deliciousness.
My most likely time to eat a hot dog is in the middle of the night.
Oh, of
like
course.
if I'm wasted.
If you're in the middle of the day eating one of those, you got issues, man.
Yeah.
But at
No,
night,
Well, that's why those guys aren't set up cooking them in the middle of
because
the
you
day.
don't want to see it. But at night, it's the best.
No.
That's a 5-star
But
dining.
like one of those official hot dog carts in New York.
Oh,
No
those
way.
are delicious. Oh man,
I don't know when that guy cooked those.
days ago.
Yeah, that's. I don't want that.
That's what I want. The age. It's like wine. I want it to have a little foot.
It's
smell,
not like
a little
wine at
kinda-
all. It's
like
it's
the,
different
the
because
best cheese smells.
You
like
know what wine is made of.
Old socks. Well, I want my dogs to have kind of want to kind of come back at you. Y'all don't like that?
No, I don't want.
I'd
that.
rather eat a carne quisada from Taco Cabana at 3 a.m.
Well, they're about
Those
the
are
same.
good.
They're made up of the same products.
Just hold your
made by
breath.
the same people.
Yeah.
Just hold your breath and inhale and eat it, and that's it.
I mean, I remember the first time I had my kid come pick me up drunk, and it was like 1:45 in the morning.
Pull over. We got to get something to eat.
We went to Taco Bell, and I was just like,
I need to take drunk dad to Taco Bell more often.
I said,
Did you use his points?
What do you think of these?
I said, just order me whatever, just no sour cream. And so
We had like 9 burritos, please.
it's like and he did. He ordered like 5 burritos for 2 of us. And I'm just,
Oh my God,
I don't know what's in
That's
it.
like
I'm
6
just
pounds of refried beans. And you will eat that, but you won't eat a good Sabret.
Those are the best, though. That's the best time to eat Taco Bell, to be honest.
I mean, it's the only time I go out of my. I mean, I would not want to eat Taco Bell sober. That's weird. Who does it? Like, I'm a grown man.
We do that like twice a year. We'll get the box of tacos, and then maybe one burrito my wife and I will share.
Will you
But
get
that's
falafel?
it.
Will you stop and get falafel?
I mean, but it's like in the middle of the night. You're talking about?
Well, I'm just at a street cart. Is there anything off a street cart you would eat?
Yeah, I'd eat like I'd eat falafel off a street cart. I just don't like. I mean, what is it? I don't know what hot dog is.
Oh,
and I don't like.
I'm not sure what falafel is.
It's a mystery thing that's been cooked a mysterious time ago. It's being served out of a mysterious container. Like, there's too much mystery with that. I'm not interested.
You know, I'm astounded. As you're an adventurous eater.
I am. Like, I mean, dude, like if you tell me that crowfoot is a delicacy. I'll try.
So
it,
you'd try that, but you wouldn't.
But I mean, I've tried.
What is the most
hot dog
what is
carts
the
before.
strangest thing you've eaten off the street?
You know what? There was a guy who, and this is by far the strangest thing I've ever eaten. He was selling spaghetti out of he was cooking in a big skillet, and it was like a.
That's random.
He would fill a styrofoam cup with spaghetti.
Cup of spaghetti?
But the spaghetti, it was just the big cans of Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatball. And he was putting it in his pan and warming it up and selling it for like $1 or $2.
Where?
In Austin. And
what?
That was just a homeless dude that stumbled into a case of SpaghettiOs.
I think so.
That's no worse than a poverty dog. I've eaten crickets.
Oh, I've eaten crickets, but not off a street cart.
Yeah, off a street. The popcorn. They were like roasted crickets.
Oh, mine weren't roasted. They were like I ate crickets out of.
That was for survival. You were in school.
And ants.
No, I've eaten street tacos in Tijuana before.
I've eaten street tacos
in Mexico, Tijuana.
Oh,
yeah.
I've eaten street.
There's no health thing.
This is the dumbest thing. When I've been to Mexico, and I've never ever been to a part of Mexico that like white people go to. Like I've never been to a beach resort.
So you've been to Juarez,
I've been to Juarez. I've been to Laredo. I've been to TJ. I've been to
Rosarito.
Matamoros.
What's the one right across from Eagle Pass? Piedras Negras.
Oh yeah.
I've been there. So I've been to all these places. And
so you've been to border towns.
Yeah, I've been to border towns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny about it is, and I haven't been in years. Like I used to go to the border towns when I was 16.
Yeah,
which
the
now,
good old
like
days.
thinking about letting my kids go to a border town, it's crazy.
It was different then.
But what's funny is when I would go to Mexico to border towns, I didn't even consider what I was eating. Like I always knew don't drink water there. And
that's it. Yeah, that's basically everything else.
I was if they're like, oh yeah, this is what's good here, I'd be, oh, let me get that, and I would just eat it.
Well, for the most part, that's okay. You weren't taking a big risk. I mean, these people are still alive. I mean, you're not.
Yeah, but they're cultured to it. They're accustomed.
If it's cooked, 99% of the time, you're going to be relatively safe. Just avoid the greens.
Yeah.
You don't know how they've been watered, and avoid the ice.
They adapted to all that bacteria.
I've gotten sicker from hotel food than street food. I've gotten genuine salmonella from a hotel salad that had been sitting out too long. Far more often than I've gotten sick from something I've eaten off the street someplace.
Have you ever gotten legit food poisoning from a restaurant?
Oh, absolutely, I have. More than once.
Yeah, I have once.
I can pinpoint exactly what it was.
I don't go to that place anymore.
Well, I still go back, but
do you really?
It's a place here in town. I don't want to name them, but
it's like a local place.
Yeah, it's a very famous place that I wasn't the only one that got sick. It was a bad batch of lettuce.
Mine is a big chain, and it's like one of those places that when you're poor, you think it's good food.
Yeah,
and then you get to a point in life where you're like, "Oh, I'm not going to eat that." I got sick at one of those places.
In my experience, 99% of street vendors, whether it's carts or wagons or trucks or whatever, there's tremendous pride in what they make. I don't care what part of the world. Right. So they're proud of what they give you.
And like food trucks and like the street food game has been upped in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, but the sad thing is that we were so far behind the rest of the world.
Yeah,
I mean, the rest of the world was very common, and we finally caught up.
Nobody's serving spaghetti in a can off the street anymore. Just doesn't exist anymore.
Spaghetti in a cup guy.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll take a look at the first NFL game coming up tomorrow. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Bunk and Biscuit, I want to remind you, as the big game is just around the corner, do you have a dog that every time the doorbell rings, they go nuts? Do you have a dog that if they hear something just a little out of whack, they lose their mind and aren't going to do anything about it? Hey, we all have that. Did you know Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit has the training that you need? And as you get closer and closer to the big game, you're going to be reminded that if you got a bunch of people coming over and your dog, every time somebody walks in, loses their mind, it might be time to address the training issue. It's quick, it's easy, and what they do works. It's transferable from them to you, and they're experts at what they do. And that's just part of what you can get at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit out there on 35, just outside of 410. Easy to get to. Was hop, skip, and a jump from the airport if you're heading out of town, if you're hosting a big party, if you're going to be at work all day long. Take Take your dog to a place they're going to enjoy. 17,000 square feet of fun, indoor and outdoor play, training. You got all the beautification stuff, too, if you need all the grooming. Blue Bond and Bunkin' Biscuit, it's a one-stop shop. It was a pet resort for you and your family. And as the Super Bowl gets big, as the big game is around the corner, I want you to remember the number 210-750-1298. That's 750-1298, Blue Bond and Bunkin' Biscuit. Take your doggies there, and I know you're going to thank me later.
See the best of the best, the area's top high school senior players in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. 119 All-Stars from 68 high schools will compete in the annual Alamo Dome Showdown, Saturday, January 10th, following the Navy All-American Bowl. One ticket gets you into both games. Available on Ticketmaster. The San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. January 10th at 5:30 p.m. at the Alamo Dome.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce. In the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks, it's so good to be right.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
You down with this? You gonna sing this one?
I no, I can't sing this. I don't know all the words.
You don't know French?
No.
Ou l'amour?
I should be a drummer. Vic, will you teach me how to play the drums?
Yeah, it's easy.
I feel like I'm pretty good at hand drums.
I can bring you some drumsticks.
That's the bongos.
Yeah.
You need to play the bongos.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 70s, every band had a bongo.
And a cowbell.
A cowbell.
And
Same
a tambourine.
guy.
And a tambourine.
They've all been replaced by AI.
I think the thing about playing bongos is as soon as you start playing bongos, you get like weird armpit smell.
Oh, yeah, you start smelling like patchouli.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like clove smell starts coming out of you.
I hate that smell.
Your hair gets a little bit greasier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you get and you talk to women in a different tone that kind of creeps them out. All right. The NFL wild card weekend starts tomorrow, 3:30 in the afternoon.
Going to be a great day.
Rams at Carolina. Another rematch. One thing of note. This is something you should consider anytime you're looking at these first playoff games, these wild card round games, because there's a lot of first-time quarterbacks making their first playoff appearance. Since 2002, quarterbacks making their first career playoff start against a quarterback with playoff experience are 20-40 straight up and 20-39-1 against the spread. That is 33%, which is horrific.
There's a reason why it holds true. I mean, over time, experience wins out. Always has, always will.
I first of all, I don't think the Panthers score much in this game. I am still listen, a very good job getting this team to the playoffs. I'm not like trying to take away from what the season was, but PFF grading, QBR, all the analytics say that Bryce Young still sucks. He's not good at football. The Panthers the Panthers wouldn't be in the playoffs if they didn't play in the worst division in football, and probably the worst it's been in 5 years. But here they are.
They're going to get boat raced, dude.
And they're playing against a team that, despite the fact they're the 5 seed, I would still the Rams, to me, are in my power rankings, are still the best team in the NFL.
They're going to get boat raced.
If the Rams were playing on a neutral, the only team that I wouldn't favor them by more than I think I'd favor them by maybe not the Seahawks. The Seahawks, I'd probably favor the Rams by like 1.5. Everybody else would be a field goal or more.
I don't know about the others, but this weekend, I talked about it's a benefit to Oregon to have been beaten by Indiana. They know what they can do. Well, the other thing applies. The Rams got beat by a Carolina team that they shouldn't have lost that game. They know, man, we're better than these guys. And if I'm McVay, my attempt is we're going to get out early and we're going to put these guys to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to force Bryce to try to come back on us. If I've got a big play, I ain't saving it for the fourth. We're chunking it to the cheap seats early. You guys go deep, and we're going to get up 14 points as fast as we can, and I want to watch this young quarterback try to bring a team back.
And if you watch the first time these two teams play, it was a Carolina win.
4 interceptions. 3 interceptions from Stafford. How many did he throw? It was his worst game of the year.
It was 2 interceptions, but I think they did have a third turnover. They lost the turnover battle 3-0,
and they were still in it to win it. If I'm McVay, I'm making a point that last loss ain't us. This is we're finally healthy. It looks like Devontae is finally back. We're going to use this offense to its full effect, and I might give away some stuff that I'd be using later, but I want to boat race Carolina.
I think two of the touchdown passes Bryce Young threw came on 4th downs, a pick 6 happened against Stafford, a bunch of stuff that I don't anticipate happening. The Rams just seem like 10.5 is a huge number to lay in the playoffs.
This
no
is
doubt.
Ole Miss Tulane.
It kind of feels that way to me.
It does to me, and that's what is the intrigue part of
But the difference is Tulane didn't beat Ole Miss in the regular season.
No, but this seems like of all the games this weekend, this is the tuner. This is the game where, it's a playoff game, but this is the tune-up one. This is the last. This is the James Madison. This is the team that is, we're happy to be here, and we can already color this season a success no matter what happens today kind of a game. And the Rams, quite frankly, didn't look good to close the season out. And this feels very much like a get right. Let's do everything perfectly for 30 minutes, and this forced Carolina into a corner that they cannot fight back from. And let's just take this home. Don't try to win it in the 4th. Win it in the 2nd.
Yeah, and the other important thing to remember was at the time when the Rams went into that game against Carolina, they were so hot that it may have felt like they just weren't taking the game seriously. At the time, they had won 6 games in a row. They'd won at San Francisco. They just beat Seattle. they were feeling themselves. And the week before they played at Carolina, they beheaded Tampa. Like that was the worst beating Tampa took all year. So the Rams were like they felt like they were on top of the world. I think it was just a natural spot for them to take a breath. They did it, and that's the result. I don't think it's repeatable for Carolina.
And the lack of experience at quarterback is just one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's an important one, but it's not the most important. The Rams offense, when clicking, is the best in football, and I expect them to find that rhythm again.
Yeah. And Matt Stafford came into this season with more playoff wins than Bryce Young had career wins. It's the quarterback gap is just too huge to overcome, I think.
Yeah, go get it. Let's put some points on the board and build some momentum. Go back home.
And quite frankly, I mean, there's a pretty big gap in head coaching too. As nice of a job as Canales has done, like I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but McVay to me is the best in the game.
Like I said, the lack of experience at quarterback is just one of the many reasons. I just don't think it's going to go well on Saturday.
So it's hard for me to. Again, it's really hard to lay more than 10 in a playoff game on the road. This is the biggest road playoff favorite ever,
and there's a reason.
Yeah, but I don't. To me,
I know the numbers tell you something different, but my gut says.
I mean, you know how I am, Rob.
Yeah.
If I see double digits on the road,
I know.
Forget it. But yeah, this is a spot where I've got no interest in playing the underdog here, and I'm usually looking for a reason to play the underdog. I can't do it here. Can I picture on Saturday going, man, I can't believe the Panthers are winning this game.
Well,
I mean, I can picture it. It just seems so far-fetched.
3-0, 10-7 kind of winning. But a 2-touchdown lead, something catastrophic has happened to the Rams.
I mean, and that's exactly what it took last time.
2 pick sixes, a fumbled punt, something catastrophic. And the earlier it happens, the worse off for the Panthers because they don't have the manpower to keep that offense slowed down.
And they did a decent job in the first game of not letting Kyren Williams destroy them, but a lot of that was just game flow. Like the Panthers were in the lead, so it was hard. The Rams were kind of chasing. So Kyren Williams, who had 13 carries for 72 yards, that's a 5.5 average.
That's not bad.
But only 13 carries. As a team, the Rams only ran for 152 yards, but it was 7.2 yards per carry. They can run on this team, and if the Rams get ahead, they are going to run the ball all day long.
Win the game in the second.
Get out of there and get ready for their next opponent.
There's a reason why this is the first game on Saturday afternoon.
I think so.
The NFL looked at it. They knew that this was a pretty lopsided affair and an opportunity to, it'll be entertaining, especially if the Rams get that turf speed going. It'll be fun to watch, but it won't be a good game.
Well, when we come back, we'll talk about the Bears-Packers, another rematch. We'll discuss that on the other side. I'm going to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. The playoffs are here, baby. Football playoffs, yeah. And you're saying, oh, I don't care about the Rams or the Panthers. Okay, well, do you like to win money? Because you can do that at Underdog. You can watch a game that you don't really care who wins, and you can win money. That makes the game a lot more interesting, no doubt. It's so easy to play on Underdog. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions. You get it right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I'll start you out. I'll give you my favorite one for that Rams-Panthers game, Kyren Williams rushing attempts. I think that you go higher on that. I think that they've been using Blake Corum to save Kyren Williams for the playoffs, and I think Kyren Williams, once the Rams get a lead, I think they're going to feed that beast all day long. So give me Kyren Williams on his hires. Guys, what are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use the promo code ALAMO. That's ALAMO. You'll score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO, Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Happy Friday. As you head into your commute, we do have a trouble spot. Brand new accident, I-10 eastbound, Loop 410. Only the center lane open. Stop and go from medical. This just occurred. That vehicle fire under control, 90 eastbound 1604. That's still in your right lane, causing about a 35-minute delay. Slow from 211. And then as you head out of the New Braunfels area, Comal County, 35 southbound approaching Walnut, accident left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 11th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Chumba Casino brings non-stop fun straight to your screen. Anytime, anywhere. Explore hundreds of games like slots, blackjack, and instant scratch-style cards. Sign up to unlock your free welcome bonus and daily login bonuses. And enjoy your chance at exciting prizes without spending a thing. Just click, play, and enjoy the ride. Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for a new game plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bismarcky. Woo. I'm worn out.
Oh, man. We are ready. All right. We talked a little Panthers-Rams. Rob and I generally seem to agree.
Well, that one's easy.
I mean, well, nothing's easy.
Well, this one is.
You get there's a lot of guys who thought it was going to be real easy to beat Vegas, and doesn't always work out. But it does feel like it's hard for me to picture a world where the Panthers are competitive.
Yeah, again, this is one of those situations where not only are they not up to the task, they can look at this season as a success already. They can, no matter what happens, they're going to wake up on Sunday morning going, damn, we made it to the playoffs, and I got my bonus check.
Yeah.
So to me, there's just not a lot there. Now, next year, if they're back, we'll talk a different game.
All right, Packers, Bears. This one's so interesting to me because I can see an argument for both sides. I for one, believe the Packers they're a shell of what they were at the beginning of the year. I thought when Tucker Kraft got hurt, their offense went to crap. I've not been proven wrong yet. I think having Christian Watson healthy is a huge deal for them. But generally, I just don't think they're very good. I think losing Micah is exposed a big hole in their defense.
That was a death blow.
And they went from a possible Super Bowl contender early in the season. I don't think I ever got where you were, where the Packers are the best team in the league. But like I could see them as like, okay, yeah, they're in that discussion with the Rams and the 49ers, the Eagles at the time, and the Seahawks. I could have made that case. That's not the team that's showing up in Chicago tomorrow. And the Bears, first of all, any thought that the Bears defense is suddenly like good?
Well, they're better.
I'm not sure about
they're
that.
They're better, but again, you can't fall off the floor, but they are better.
Okay. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe they're better.
And they're better in the right places. They're better on the edges. They're better on the safety. Now, they're not going to scare you to death, but they get enough of the balls. They get enough turnovers. What's the turnover ratio?
They're the best in the
pretty
league.
Solid. So they get that. And think about, as Cowboy fan, how much that covers up.
Yep.
So if you keep riding that wave, they're good enough. To me, it's not about how bad Green Bay's gotten, and they have. How much do you trust the Bears in general to come and play a game at home, which I think is worst-case scenario for them because the Packers own them in Chicago, and it doesn't seem to matter who the quarterback's been.
That is one way to look at it. I tend to think a lot of that ownership of the Bears came from Aaron Rodgers.
A lot of that did, yeah, but there's still
the
mentality.
I still think about that Monday night game where he's like, I still own you to the camera. I was like, oh.
So, and a part of that's probably built into my perception of the Bears, and probably not the way they look at it, because there's nobody on that team was there when that happened, at least very few were. But there's just something about the Green Bay mystique when it comes to Chicago that gives me pause. That go, well, as bad as they have been, it's still Green Bay, Chicago.
I will say, though, 3 years in a row, you know who's owned Matt LaFleur is Ben Johnson. Whether Ben Johnson was in Detroit or here in Chicago, he's been able to light up Matt LaFleur.
Because I think Chicago should smoke them. I think this is a 9-10 point advantage just from the manpower. When you think about what this defense is minus, and it's not just minus Micah. If it was just him, we'd go, okay. But keep in mind, they traded away other dudes over the year. They are a net negative by significant numbers. And in a game-changing place, Micah was their closer. I mean, the fourth quarter was his.
One of the things that gives me some pause on the Bears is how they looked the last week against Detroit. Detroit, who had literally nothing to play for, still kind of shut them down. And the Bears were certainly trying. They wanted to win that game, and they just couldn't. I will say the Bears, Colston Loveland, who early in the year, it was like, remember the Bears took Colston Loveland when everyone said Tyler Warren was the best tight end in the draft, and the Bears took Colston Loveland first. And early in the season, it looked like, I can't believe you guys took Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren. Now Colston Loveland catches like 10 balls a game now.
I think it's more about Caleb than Colston. I think maybe they had to convince him to throw down, check down.
But the bigger concern for me last week was the Bears couldn't run the ball. And
they can't.
It is going to be ugly weather. But this also falls back to the stat that I talked about with the last game. A quarterback making his playoff debut against a quarterback with playoff experience 20-40 since 2002. That's not a small sample size. That is and the reason I say 2002 is usually kind of the standard you go back to because that's when free agency changed. Like, the team building changed. It's like the modern NFL. But 20-40 for these first-time quarterbacks, it's hard to trust Caleb Williams here.
All right, I've been a jury for the last 10 minutes. I really felt like coming into this that Chicago should pretty much be able to take care of business. And after this conversation, they're gonna. I tried to find a way to get Green Bay, in my mind, competitive, and I just don't know where it is. I tried to find the other argument. They do own them. They understand how to beat them. Ben Johnson, all this stuff. I think the Bears are just a significantly better football team right now, just better. And it's no reflection on LaFleur. I think he's dealing with a lot of crap. But I do think they're going to lose, and they're going to start thinking about where they are in the league and what Jordan Love is going to be over the next couple of years. And I think this is going to be the pivot point after they get beat by Chicago. And I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I don't think it's going to be a runaway. But I just don't see where Green Bay's going to find the mustard to beat them in 4 quarters of football. I just don't know where it is. This is a team that basically ended their season at the end of November.
Yeah. I'd be curious. I guess winning at home already against the Packers probably gives them a bit of a mental edge.
But tell me how they're going to score. How are they going to score?
Just remember, and that's the other thing that gives me a little pause on the Bears. When they beat the Packers at home, it was like a miracle comeback.
Yeah.
It really was. Like they were getting their ass kicked.
And the Detroit thing is enough to give you pause. How on earth do you let a team that is done come in and physically dominate you for 3.5 quarters? I just that is enough for me to think it's going to be closer. But if at the end of the day Green Bay beats Chicago, this was not a successful season. Not like if Carolina gets boat raced. I think that the Bears have to look in the mirror because they're better than Green Bay, and they should beat them on paper 8 times out of 10.
When there were 2 minutes and 44 seconds left
I remember
in the Bears-Packers game, it was 3rd and 9 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left. The Packers were up 16-6. The win probability at that point, Packers 97%. And they lost that game.
I think it converted me.
Maybe so. I put a bet in on Chicago early in the week because I was thinking how you were. I'm less excited about it than I was early in the week. But
I keep trying to find a reason to change my altitude on this because I just don't trust Chicago yet. There's enough doubt in me to look at Green Bay and go, can they cover this? Can they really do it? And I just don't see how.
Also, the other problem I have with Chicago is they're stupid. And it was like, you know what? When I say stupid, I mean like they're undisciplined. Right. They're a penalty-laden team, and like you saw it last night in the Miami game. It almost cost Miami the game. How stupid they are!
Yep.
Like they are. There's a reason why they're like in the bottom 10 in penalties all year long because they make stupid penalties. And then Cristobal every time I can't believe they called that. Dude, you guys are dumb.
Yeah, and you have a rep.
And the Bears in that game, even in the win, had 10 penalties for 105 yards. You give up 105 yards in penalty in a
playoff game.
In a playoff game, particularly a playoff game where the weather's bad, like margins are thin. Good luck. And the Bears are a really dumb team. So I'm locked in on the Bears. I can't.
I tried to find another reason. I still can't. I'll adjudicate the idiocy and allow it to happen, and still say they cover this thing and take care of the home and enjoy the bad weather.
Okay. I agree. I'm just, and you know what? I didn't even mention this. The game that comeback game against Green Bay, that was a Malik Willis game. Jordan Love wasn't even there.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe. I say he wasn't there. He wasn't there to finish the game. No, that's the game Jordan Love started and then left.
Malik was slinging it though. To give him credit,
he gave him a better chance. Yeah. He looked better than Jordan Love did. But obviously, you would rather have Jordan Love in this game. Just if
Green Bay can become something different in a week and a half. I mean, think about where they were. It seems just horrible.
It seems tough to do. And the Bears, for what it's worth, they are 6-1 at home this year. Their one loss came in the first game of the season against Minnesota, which was another game where the Bear kind of the opposite. The Bears were dominating that game, if you remember, and then they ended up losing 27-24. But no, I'm with you. I like the Bears. I don't love the Bears as much as I did early in the week, but that's still who I'm riding with.
And I do want to offer fair warning. There's a bunch of closet Bear fans out there.
Yeah,
you're gonna have some guys that you had no idea show up on Monday if they
Bears.
Wearing Bears gear. There's a lot of them out there, and they're battered and they're embarrassed, but they will bust that stuff out when they get one. So expect it next week.
Eagle fan says, "How healthy is Green Bay?" Love Jacobs, the defense. I assume the reason why they set those guys last week was to
get them better,
ensure that they're healthy. The defense, quite frankly, I don't know if any of it matters without Micah. Like, their defense, it was much like the Cowboys. It wasn't very good until Micah was around, and then Micah was such a game changer that he made them. He made everybody better than they were. Mm-hmm. Without him, their defense is a very below average defense, which that also brings to
and
you to
Kenny Clark, while he was expendable, is gone too. Yeah. I mean, this is a half the defensive front that it was early in the season.
The total in that game is 44.5. And my initial thought is, two really crappy defenses, there should be a bunch of points scored. But then what's it going to be, like 10 degrees, windy?
Yeah, the good news is these teams at least are accustomed to it. It won't be so devastating like Miami showing up and just trying to figure out how they can feel their fingers. These guys have at least been there and done that. But, yeah, it's going to hinder the offense. And it'll probably hinder Chicago more than Green Bay.
Well, I think it's going to hinder the team that can run the ball, or like the team that's or it's going to help the team that can run the ball. It does look like freezing weather and snow.
Ooh.
And when there's snow, sometimes that does lead to overs. Like they call them snovers.
Yep.
Because, again, like
sloppy.
Receivers know where their foot. They know what route they're running. It's easier for them to keep their footing. I don't know, man. It's again. Really, we've got a bunch of intriguing matchups this week, kind of with the exception of that first game. I'm really into all these games. Like, I think there's something like a real question mark about who wins these things. Which, speaking of, we'll get to the Sunday early kick when we come back. That is the lowly Buffalo Bills taking on the Jacksonville Jags.
There's reason to be concerned, man.
You are on an island.
I am, and I think I'm being reeled in. I saw some stuff last night regarding the defense that Jacksonville's been playing the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of scary for Buffalo.
Well, we'll talk about that coming up on the other side. The Bills trying to go into Jacksonville, and in a season where everybody's saying, Josh Allen, what's your excuse? He's got to find a way to get it done on the road. All right, halfway there on a Friday. Got plenty more football where that came from. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. At GiveMeTheVin.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more at GiveMeTheVin, because good cars are worth more, and so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to 60%. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for New Game Plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
This right here, this is a call to the ones who don't back down, to the risk takers who defied the warnings, to the ones who lost sleep in pursuit of a dream, to all the nut jobs who mortgaged the house, and the crazies who bet the farm to start up a business. We want to be your next partner. Because no matter how far you've come, or how much you've grown, there's always the next chapter, the next level. And now, there's the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a creative partner that brings world-class thinking to companies with grit, heart, and hustle. Companies just like yours. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a couple of new trouble spots, 410 westbound before you get to Honeysuckle. And that wreck is 2 middle lanes blocked already. A 25-minute delay. It's stop and go from Broadway. This is a multi-vehicle accident. Looks like last count 4 vehicles involved in this crash. Again, that's 410 westbound before Honeysuckle. 1604 southbound Highway 90. This wreck has been moved off to the shoulder, and we still have that stall. 410 southbound Medina Base Road, right shoulder blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Last night in college football, we had a classic. The 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes came from behind to beat Ole Miss 31-27. One for the ages. They're headed home to play for the national championship against, we'll find out tonight. The other half of the matchup is determined as Indiana takes on 5th-ranked Oregon in the Peach Bowl. Kickoff is set for 6:30. You can catch it live on 94.1. In NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys were denied by the Atlanta Falcons the rights to talk with Jeff Ulbrich for the defensive coordinator job, according to ESPN's Todd Archer. In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs return to action tomorrow night in Boston when they take on the Celtics. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o, 8:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. A lot of people think the best game of the weekend might be Jacksonville and Buffalo. It's probably going to be the most fun to watch.
You going to be okay?
I'll be all right. I'm nervous, certainly.
I get it, man. I get it. We're going to talk about why and how Jacksonville's going to win. Can win.
Yeah.
But I think at the end, for me, until convinced otherwise, I'm always going to go with the best player on the field. And I think there's numbers to defend Jacksonville. And over the last 24 hours, man, there's some things that Jacksonville's doing that are scary. I don't care who they're playing. They just happen to be matched. The best run defense against the best run offense. I mean, that should be what's going on in the AFC North. You know, this is a blood and guts football game going to be played on a beautiful sunny day. It's going to look very strange the way this game is played.
The Bills want to run. The Jags are elite against the run. The Jags are a poor running team. The Bills are very beatable if you can run on them. So something's going to give. I'm curious to see what it is. The only reason I'm holding out hope is the best player in the world plays for the Buffalo Bills. I firmly believe that. And if anybody can just kind of put the Superman cape on, it's Josh. But there's a lot that points against him here. And the road record, Josh Allen's never won a playoff game on the road in his life.
Well, granted, he's had to visit some pretty difficult places and play some really good dudes.
Yeah,
so.
But you know what? I saw him lose in Houston against an okay team that they probably should have beat, and they lost. It was an overtime game. He didn't play particularly great. It was his first playoff game, but it's beside the point. But you're right. Their other 3 road losses have all been in Arrowhead, so it's tough to.
And one, they actually changed the rules.
They had to change the rules after
fix,
after Josh played like the best game anybody's played in 100 years.
And I think
he was
it's
so
that,
good that season.
And I think it's that alone. And there's not a lot of players in this world, in any sport, where I look at and go, well, they got him. That's enough.
Yeah.
You know, they got him on offense. Now, the price they might have to pay to get the win might be brutal because he might have to carry the ball 10 or 11 times, you know, and I'm talking about the designed run and then 4 or 5 scrambles. So he's going to take a beating. And I think Jacksonville's going to be planning on giving him a beating. But I just feel like at the end of the day, we're going to go back to first-time quarterbacks. And it's not like he's a first-time quarterback. I think a lot of people look at Trevor like he's a first-timer. He's been there before.
Yep.
This is just an entirely different regime. But it does feel like the experience gap is so wide at quarterback, and also just the experience gap in general. Buffalo has been through the very best, but more often than not, the very worst, and has suffered so many tough ones. They're scarred and tough, man. There is nothing going to happen on Sunday to Buffalo that they haven't seen before. Nothing. They've seen it all, and I like that.
Yeah, I agree. They're battle-tested. They do have some – I think that the Jags secondary is beatable, especially even because I talk about the Bills wide receivers a lot. There's not much to talk about.
No.
Like they've got one of the worst wide receiving groups that you'll find in these playoffs, probably the worst in the playoffs. Somebody's got to step up, though. If you think it's the Bills, you're counting on Josh Allen just to make some magic happen. if you like the Jags, there's a lot of good reason to. First of all, the home team, and them being a home underdog, that is a big statement for a team that won 13 games this year.
And maybe they take it as such. I hope they do.
Goldfinger said, we all know Josh Allen, what he'll do, he'll turn it over.
He might.
Josh Allen, in 13 playoff games in his life, Josh Allen has 30 touchdowns and 4 turnovers.
Yeah,
turning over the ball in the playoffs is not something I worry about with Josh.
Even I want him on that edge. I want him nearly turning it over. It's going to take that. He's going to have to overcome a team that is focused on stopping him. There's only one job. Stop him.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to beat you. So, but again, he's seen this, and so has the offensive line. So has the entirety of this team. And we talk about their lack of wide receivers, and that's the best thing about them is, they don't got any wide receivers, but they've got 2 of the best 10 tight ends in all of football. And you got to put linebackers on them to cover, and they can't cover those tight ends. And you got to pull them off the line, and that's why they run so well, because there's always a linebacker in coverage, and they're going to run right at that gap, and Cook is an expert at that. And then you start getting into the play action problems, and who the hell has the ball then? There's just so much of those little things that Buffalo does that win playoff games that you just can't get ready for.
The Bills, when healthy, when they've got 3 tight ends available, Kincaid and Knox and Hawes, when they're all out there, they'll run those 3 tight end sets, and they will force you to decide, are we going to go heavy and hope they don't run the ball, or are we going to put a bunch of linebackers out there or try to put more safeties out there to cover these tight ends? And whichever you choose, Josh says, okay, well, I'm going to punish you for that.
Exactly. And that is as hard to prepare for as it is like the wishbone of the wing tee. You don't send 3 linebackers in coverage. I mean, who's covering the run? So they are a very difficult team to prepare for, even though what they do is really, really basic. It's not a bunch of trickeration. It's just a bunch of guys flooding one position that you're just not used to carrying.
Obviously, this is a different Jags team than it was a year ago. But especially, a lot of the pieces are the same, just a different coaching staff, et cetera. But Josh Allen carved this team up a year ago. 4 touchdowns in that game against Jacksonville. The Bills won 47-10. But
it ain't gonna be that big.
That was a regular season game. That was a year ago. And the Jags have a confidence right now, I think, that they haven't had in a long time. And with good reason. I mean, they are. You can make an argument for the Texans, but the last loss the Jags had was the Texans. But you could also make an argument the Jags are the hottest team in the NFL right now.
After last month, yeah.
In 8 straight wins, it's Cardinals, Titans, Jets, Titans, Phillip Rivers, Colts, Jets. Like they've beaten some bad teams. They did win at Denver. Good win. They beat the Chargers. Good win. They are very capable. And it's funny, I've talked a lot about the Patriots, their weak schedule that they've played. The Bills, now that the smoke has cleared and the wins against the Ravens and the Chiefs don't hold and the Bengals, those wins don't hold. They were so important at the time, but they don't hold the weight at the end of the year that they did.
In hindsight, though, but the value was extracted. Buffalo got out of those games what they needed to get out. Even though that the teams that they beat and the way they beat them turned out to be lesser, the moment they played them, it mattered. And it was that team. They were what they thought they were. They just changed afterwards. So I think they extracted the value out of those wins, even though they didn't turn out to be as valuable in hindsight because the team didn't turn out to be as good. But at those moments, those were big, necessary wins against teams who believed.
But this is the best team the Bills will have played this season, and it's on the road. So that part does concern me for sure. Trevor Lawrence has gotten so much better. I still don't. He's not lived up to his billing, but he's not a bum anymore, which is half the battle for this dude. He was a bum for a long time, and now he's a useful quarterback. He's got some good weapons, which is why Travis Hunter's not even on the field, and they still have some good weapons on offense. Parker Washington's kind of emerged for them. Jacoby Myers. They've got some guys that have really stepped up. It's just to me, it's going to be a matter of how are they able to contain James Cook. And once James Cook is contained,
does that allow Josh Allen to feast?
I'm watching tight ends. If tight ends come out with 12, 13 catches, it's not going to be pretty for Jacksonville. If they total 12, 13 catches amongst those three dudes, they're moving the ball down the field.
SR says, hey, AJ, if the Bills don't advance, fire the head coach and bring in Saleh from the Niners. I wouldn't want that as a Niner
We've
fan.
had the discussion in the break about how safe is Taylor.
Oh, well, I think McDermott.
McDermott.
I think there's a reason why John Harbaugh said I'm not gonna entertain any interviews until after this weekend, because I think John Harbaugh realizes there's a world where this job comes open, and I'm not. I've been a McDermott backer, but at the same time, you're a defensive guy, and right now it looks like defense is what's going to keep you from being great. That's concerning. To me, though, it's a very simple discussion. It's ownership saying, Josh, do you want Sean McDermott to be your coach next year? That's the deciding fact. It's almost like we said with the Bengals. Like, if you're not clearing your coaching decisions with Joe Burrow, you're making a big mistake. If the Bills aren't clearing their coaching decisions with Josh Allen, it's a huge mistake. And my guess is the Ravens, the reason why John Harbaugh's not there is because Lamar Jackson preferred to try something different.
You can't fire the player.
So if the Bills' job opens tomorrow, the Bills it's 100%. It's the best job. It's a generally a winnable division. You've got a quarterback that is second to none, and that's if you could fix that defense and get a couple decent wide receivers, the sky's the limit with that team. But I think that's why John Harbaugh's waiting to see what happens this weekend. Because if the Bills head out early, and you could make an argument if the Eagles head out early, they may look for a new coach.
Now that would be a little bit more difficult to understand, but I would think almost more likely. I would hate to see that happen to Buffalo. I think he deserves and has dealt with some issues this year that, quite frankly, were way out of his control. But I'm not giving up on this. I think they're going to win this game and carry through. And if anything after this, if you fire him, man, if they lose in the next season, the next round, if I'm a coach, you're going to have to pay me a little bit more because what else do I got to do? I mean, I think he'll seal his safety with one win.
And if Green Bay loses to Chicago, I think that job could be up for discussion too.
And then LaFleur comes open, and he's a hell of a coach. So suddenly more gigs might pop open. I think this carousel is far from done.
Omar says, okay, but what if they lose because Josh Allen has one of those Josh Allen 3-4 turnover games?
Well,
then so be it. I mean, here's what I do know. If I'm going to go down in flames, if I'm a head coach, I want to go down in flames with my best player being the one who takes me down in flames.
Yeah,
like the last thing you want to do is be like, oh well, Josh has thrown a couple picks. We're gonna take the ball out of his hands. No, like if you lose because Josh Allen has like the once in a blue moon disaster game, it's like the Rams. The Rams had that game against Carolina. Do you not trust Matt Stafford?
I want you taking chances. I don't want you taking risks, but I want you taking chances. There's a big difference. I want you to weigh the evidence. If it's 51%, you got a chance. Go do that. That's why we win. That's why you get to wear the gold jacket at the end of the day. That's why you're the MVP. I want you taking risks. I don't care if there's an interception. I care if there's 3 or 4. But if you're being Josh Allen and you're making a throw it every time. Yep. I will never tell you to tuck it and run.
And well, I mean, you make the decisions.
Yeah,
and
I won't.
If I'm it's like when I was coaching youth baseball. If I put my best pitcher out there and we got beat, then dude, we got beat.
Shake their hands. Shake their hands and walk
you
off
tip
the
your
court.
hat, man.
Yeah.
You don't pull that pitcher because he got he walked the first 2 kids. What are you going to go run out there and change your game plan? No, man. You roll with what brought you, and if Josh Allen if he has the game that kills you, then so be it. I can live with that.
You have a vested interest. I grew to like him over the Hard Knocks specials. I just kind of like the coach. I kind of like the guy, and I think that if it does go south, and then it's pretty close. It could. I don't think he's due the firing, but when you got a guy like Harbaugh standing in the wings, sometimes just bad timing. Sometimes you get let go and it wasn't right, but there's just somebody better or different.
And then Omar says, but would you blame the coach for that loss? No, and I mean, really, it's hard. Like, if they lose this game, however they lose it, I'm not going to blame McDermott for losing the game. The question would be, are the Bills getting the most out of what they should be getting because of Sean McDermott? And if Sean McDermott were coaching a better defense, then the Bills wouldn't be playing on the road in Jacksonville on Wild Card weekend.
Truth. I think that he's made a bed. That's true.
Like, if you had told them at the beginning of the season that Mahomes, Burrow, and Lamar would all be sitting on the couch, I would have made a huge bet that the Bills would also be sitting on this couch this week, waiting for the first for their first playoff game, because they would have been the 1 seed. So those are the you got to look at it more big picture. Like, why isn't this coaching staff getting the most out of Josh Allen? Would be the question.
I think that they've done enough. I would be unfortunate, but it would be one of those situations where I get it. I feel sorry for you, but Harbaugh's standing there. I got a chance at that.
Yep. All right. When we come back, the Philly Eagles fly. Will they, or will they not? Dang, this is like Cowboy fan nightmare matchup here.
Well, no, on the other
Eagles
side of it,
and
no matter
Niners.
what, it's kind of like when the Aggies watch watch Texas OU. Somebody going to lose.
Someone's going to lose.
Fine.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
be
right.
all right.
We'll talk about that game coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for New Game Plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 instant gift, plus next-day delivery. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
Restrictions apply. Next day delivery available on select mattresses and subject to location. See store for details.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later, just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce, and the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alive. alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Vic, you don't think I could sing this song, do you?
You do. You can.
I could.
I knew it.
I could.
I found a folder.
But I won't. I won't.
Well, it's the little things that mean so much. Who is this?
KT Tunsil.
KT Tunsil.
You're not the one for me, Rob.
Nah.
All right. Eagles hosting a playoff game against the 49ers. This is one of the more difficult lines for me to understand. I get that people are – the last we saw of the 49ers was not good. You know what? In fact, the Eagles are now up to a 5.5-point favorite. They're taking money.
Mm-hmm. Because they're built for this. They're built for it.
I don't understand it, man. I really don't. This offense has been poverty this season. They are bad on offense. That 3-game stretch where they lost to the Cowboys, Bears, and Chargers in a row, and then they got right by beating the Raiders and the Commanders. I'm just not buying into it. And then they basically give up on the last week of the season. They could have been. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it didn't end up mattering, but it was. I thought it was weird that they chose rest over trying to get a 2 seed. I'm still a believer that the 49ers on their best day are way better than the Eagles on their best day. This Eagles offensive line, the reason why the Eagles have been so good the last 3 or 4 years is not very good.
Not anymore.
So I don't think they punish the deficiencies of San Francisco. Like, do we really think the Eagles are going to put up 30 points?
Well, if they play that 49er defense I saw last week, they could.
The 49ers gave up They gave up 13 points to the Seahawks.
Yeah, they did, but what happened between the 20s? I mean, Seattle went up and down the field. They gave up a lot of yards. Not a lot of points, but they gave up a lot of yards. The thing that scares me if you're a 49er type is, one, what you saw last week, but two, Philadelphia, their only goal all year long was to get here. And all they had to do was to win by a point here, a point there, and they did it ugly. They did it poorly, but they did it.
Yeah.
And when you look at what they've got, when you've got Saquon and Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, and as much as Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback, he's still in that system. This is a team that was built for where they are now. And they're at home. It helps. I'm just so afraid of San Francisco, and it's not because of anything other than injuries. They're just not fully functioning. They've been playing really well with the dudes that came in, but what's Devonta, the defensive back that now they're minus as well?
Yep.
It just seems like they are just in dire straits against this is a pretty all-star laden offense at at skill positions, but the depth at line gives you enough concern if the 49er defense returns to that flying around, making play stuff that they played prior to. And that's the only pause I have. But my fear is Philly is built for this, and they don't care how they win.
Well, and I get that. So I get thinking the Eagles can win this game, but I don't know what would make me think the Eagles are going to get margin against a good football team.
Margin's one thing. I don't think they care. I think that Sirianni would be perfectly happy with a 0-0 tie with 5 minutes to go, and that would have been part of the plan.
I think that's how the week one against the Cowboys. I think they were perfectly fine beating that team 24-20.
So that's what scares me. Yeah, we'll play in the mud with you.
But then, if that's the case, are you comfortable giving 5.5 points with the Eagles?
That's a whole different thing. Yeah, no, I don't know about the line. I'm just talking about who's going to win. And I just feel like Philadelphia is built for this. Now, can they win by? No, I don't think so. I think this is going to be 2, 3, 4 points, and I think San Francisco is going to have a firm belief that they can win it late in the game. I do think that they're going to be in it to win it. But when it gets closer and closer to that, then we start talking about Jimmys and Joes and comfortability and all that kind of stuff. And there's just more stars. Now, they might not be high-performing stars, but there's just more of those guys on Philadelphia.
The one Eagles game, I guess other than the Cowboys games, the one Eagles game that I watched every snap of this year was the Bills-Eagles game that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills thoroughly outplayed the Eagles in that game. And the final score was 13-12 Philly. So it can happen. And like as I watched it, I was like, how is Buffalo losing to this? Like they're not good. And they kept, at the end of the day, they kept finding a way to convert when they needed and get a stop when they needed. And
there's just something about them, man. And I want San Francisco to win this game to justify my belief, in Shanahan. I just believe he's a better coach. I want him to coach the pants off Sirianni.
I don't think there's much doubt in that.
I want him to run circles around him. So there's that personal thing I have, and it's just my distaste for Philadelphia. But there's just something about this team that if it's close, I look toward them to make the play, just because there's 6 or 7 dudes that are just going to go do it, get it done, whether they're mad about it, whether they've been pouting because they haven't been used. They're still really good at what they do.
Like I said, the Eagles scored 13 points against Buffalo. If they only score 13 points against the Niners, they're losing.
I don't know,
because their defense is not what it was.
Yeah, okay.
It ain't Seattle's defense.
But I don't expect it to be. I don't see San Francisco. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do think McCaffrey's probably going to have himself a game. I do. I think McCaffrey's going to be the one shining light on this offense that's going to keep them moving the chains. But apart from that, there's just not a lot that I'm afraid of on San Francisco's offense, other than Purdy dropping dimes.
Let's see. Juwan Jennings has led the team in touchdowns. He's solid. They call him third and Juwan. Pearsall he may not play. I think there's some injury stuff with him. But Kittle back is a huge deal.
Matters.
Huge. And Christian McCaffrey's the best player on the field. That's the.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to get his, because if Shanahan's smart, he's going to touch the ball twice on every possession.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get him involved. I'm trying to find 42 and sunny in Philly. That's probably good news for this game, because this could have been a real ugly, grimy, kind of like we were talking about the Bears-Packers game. 42 and sunny. That's going to be a nice day.
I'll tell you what, it's a step
weather
up.
Won't be a factor.
Yeah, the 49ers are happy to play in that weather. The 49ers stadium sucks, man. The wind
it's
and
cold
cold and damp. This is a benefit.
Yeah, that's a nice day actually in Philly. I would have thought that it'd be similar to some of the other games we're looking at. Which, let's go ahead and take a look at that Chargers-Patriots game. The Chargers 3.5-point dogs at the Patriots, and this game really boils down to how much do you believe in what the Patriots have done so far?
I know
you've got
the
Aggie syndrome. You've lived the life of a Patriot fan for a year.
I fear the life of an imposter, and I think that it's entirely possible that at the beginning of the game, kind of like Mission Impossible when Tom Cruise pulls his face off.
Oh, yeah.
And it's him. that Vrabel pulls the face off, and it's Jeff Fisher from the Titans. Like, we're just really, really average. We're about to be really average right now. I don't know what to expect. I really don't.
As good as I think Vrabel is, I do think the Chargers have a coaching edge here with Harbaugh.
I think so. I don't know.
I do think the Chargers have the better defense. It's just a matter of, is Justin Herbert going to be able to hold up behind this offensive line that has been so maligned with injury all season long? Both these guys looking for their first playoff wins, but one guy's been there. You know, Justin Herbert's taken his playoff lumps. This is Drake May's first rodeo, and I go back to that stat, 20-40. The teams that have a new quarterback going against a quarterback with playoff experience, 20-40.
Why doesn't that firm it up for me? It makes it just even more confusing. Because the fact that he has done it, but he is going to be on the road against a defense that, quite frankly, it's a bunch of dudes that isn't really good unless they're all on a string. And, so I give San Diego every benefit but success.
Yeah.
I just feel like New England's going to win this game. I don't know how, but I feel like they're going to do it, and I can't figure out what the Chargers can do other than Herbert taking that next step and becoming what everybody expects. Like, if he can put them on their shoulders and he throws 4 touchdown passes and for 280 and only gets touched, once or twice, what a glorious day. One of those things that if you'd have asked me in October, do you want that? Do you expect that? I said yes.
Rudolph Egan says 20-40 is the same as 2-4. It's actually not.
No,
I mean, it's the same percentage-wise, but it's not the same when it comes to, like, when something's happened 60 times, it's a lot better sample than something that's happened 6 times. When you, like, if you flip a coin 6 times and it goes 2-4, okay, that happens. If you flip a coin 60 times and it's 20-40, you start to go, something going on with this coin? Like,
no, it's not correlation, it's causation. It's real.
Yeah, like 20-40 solidifies a number that 2-4 just can't. A small sample can't do it. That's why, I mean, in any science, the more something's been tested, the more you trust it. I think the Chargers can win this game. I believe the Patriots are about to taste for the first time, I say the first time, one of the first times this year, what it's like to go up against another good team. And it's real cute beating up on the Dolphins and the Saints and the Titans and the Browns and the Giants and the Jets, all that stuff. But they've played, like I said, they've played 2 teams all season long with a winning record. The Bills and the Steelers. They are 1-2 against those teams. A team that's played 17 games and has played 3 games against winning football teams, I've got no reason to trust them.
You're right. I completely agree. But I still I don't trust the Chargers. There's something inbred genetic about Chargers and the playoffs and failure.
That makes sense.
Coach, it doesn't. So there's that. I do know this.
But remember, that's the same thing you thought when Indiana played Alabama in a playoff game. Like, sometimes you gotta say it's year to year.
Yeah,
it's not.
These aren't those guys. I know this, that the winning quarterback's going to have a hell of an offseason. The winning quarterback is going to become, along with Trevor, if he manages to, that next generation ad campaign. He's going to be the future. We're going to talk a lot about this winning quarterback because we're not going to expect them to go much further. Whoever wins this to go past next week. I don't think either team will be favored. So I do think this would be the apex of the season, and whoever does win the game is really going to get their just desserts as one of those new glory boy quarterbacks that we've been waiting to take over.
If the Chargers win, they would be playing at Denver, and
they've acquitted themselves all right.
They certainly could. It's hard to judge what the line would have been because there was no Justin Herbert in that game, but it was 19-3 Denver against. When Denver was trying against the Chargers backups, and they had a hard time getting separation from them with Trey Lance playing. So it's hard to know how, but I do think the Chargers would be live against Denver. I think that these top 2 teams being tested by some of these lower seeded teams is going to be interesting in the AFC in a way that I don't feel that in the NFC. Like I think the Rams and the Seahawks, who are the 2 best teams in the NFC, I think it's going to be hard for anybody to be better than them. Like I have a hard time picturing someone other than those 2 teams, or maybe a hot 49ers team, I guess, but someone other than those 3 NFC West teams winning the NFC would shock me. Yeah. The AFC, I don't have any faith in the top of that thing.
We talked about it yesterday, and I hadn't even considered the possibility. But doing the math, Jacksonville takes care of business tomorrow. You're right, man. They could slide right all the way to San Francisco in a stadium they're comfortable in.
I'll tell you what, the Jacksonville-Buffalo winner is my pick for the AFC Super Bowl. I don't think whoever wins that game, I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl, but I think they'll represent the AFC there. So that's how important I think that Jags-Bills game is. And that's how much I really wish the Chargers would have won in Week 18 and the Bills would have been the 7 seed, because I would have loved the Bills going to New England this week instead of
it would have
going to
been a much more high-profile game. It would have been the game of the weekend.
It would have been. Yeah, it would have been huge. But I think the Chargers hang here with New England. Drake May's got to prove it. And he's got to prove it against a smart coach who's going to do everything he can to take away their strength. And if they're able to take away Ramondre Stevenson and TreVeyon Henderson have been so good, and it's opened up Drake May to do a lot. If Drake May can't, if the Patriots can't run the ball, what kind of success will Drake May have?
Dead in the water. They have to run the ball, and their running backs better hold on to the damn football.
I think that's the key. Again, I'm not saying this Patriots team is fully frauds, but this is the most untested a 14-3 team has ever been in the history of the NFL.
And it's possible, not likely, that the coach of the year and the MVP go out in the first round at home.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Vrabel is going to get it, and I don't think May's going to get MVP, but they're both going to be in the top 3 or 4 votes. And the chances, when was the last time that the coach of the year and the player or the MVP lost at home on a playoff game?
Hadn't happened. I'm sure it hadn't happened in a long time.
Sure, there's something to that, but I think that's another part of this fraud conversation we're having.
All right, we are 8:37 here on the Morning Huddle. I'm going to tell you about Underdog Fantasy, and we're talking about all these NFL playoff games, and you're like, man, these games sound great. I'd love to get on some action. Well, friends, super easy. You can do it at Underdog. The game, you know it. You pick your favorite players. Will they go higher or lower on their stats? Passing touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, whatever it's going to be. And if you get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. Not 500 times, 5,000 times your money. I told you guys I'm going to be on Kyron Williams on his higher. I think I'm going to be on Drake May on his lower on his passing yards. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Drake May this weekend. What are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use promo code Alamo to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. And for Wild Card Weekend, they've got a gimme pick on the QB of your choice. Any QB you want for any of the Wild Card games, you get a free stat. So you can say Bryce Young is going to have 1 passing yard. Guess what? You win. Simple as that. Simple as that. Why wouldn't you play? Juice it up right there at Underdog. Get it done. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay is going to be on 410 westbound just before you get to Honeysuckle. This wreck has only the left lane open. 40-minute delay. This is the accident with multi-vehicles. 4 involved in this wreck, and that's got you stop and go from Broadway. Walsham at Eisenhower working an accident and slowing down along 90 eastbound 211 to 410. Should take you about 10-12 minutes to get through. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. It's a new year, and Staples has fresh deals to get you fully equipped for 2026, like up to $120 off HP Smart Tank printers. This deal means business, and so do these printers. Shop in-store and online today. Staples, that was easy. Ends January 31st.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Well, family, this new year is off to a great start. Everybody,
How are those New Year's resolutions?
Dear, my resolution is to cut my damaged hair and just start over.
Dad, my resolution is to take better care of my skin. It's so dry. Ew.
Pops, my New Year's resolution is to work out at the gym. Go up and drink a gallon of bottled water every day.
My resolution is to take up skydiving.
Mom, you're 96.
Don't you make me get it.
Family, my resolution is to replace all our appliances that have been destroyed over the years by hard water.
Sounds like your family needs to start the new year off with installing a Connecticut water system and get a head start on all those resolutions.
This guy's making sense.
There's a reason why we say Connecticut is the last water softener you'll ever own. Call us at 656-PURE. We'll change your water, and it'll change your life.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at Bubba's 33, the Alamo Ranch location, with our friends from Flight by Yingling.
All the reaction from the Ole Miss-Miami game, and of course, we get you ready for Friday night's Indiana-Oregon semifinal matchup.
And of course, we'll get you ready for what is going to be a huge NFL wild card weekend. I can't wait.
It's a Flight Friday, so join us at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location on The Blitz. We start at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Funky, funky.
Who's this?
Us three.
Us three.
Cantaloupe.
And he said, wait a minute.
Funky, funky.
How about a big hand now? Wait a minute.
This is a good time.
Yeah. What year was this from, you think, Vic?
I don't remember.
I'd put it, there's a little trip-hop scene that was hitting in
I think I'm the 45, so maybe
That's early
mid
90s.
90s. I was late
There
early
was
mid
like,
90s.
Yeah, I think so.
They hit.
There was another one too at the
3 Feet High and Rising was the name of the record. I can't remember this band.
3 Feet High and Rise is De La Soul.
De La Soul. They hit about the same time.
Yeah, 92,
Yeah,
93.
that's about right. Yeah.
Funky. All right, enough of that. Quit trying to get me in trouble, Vic.
I know. I got Cher coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
Got Cher in the barrel.
Yeah, and Wilson Phillips.
Locked and loaded.
And Madonna Like a Prayer.
And Madonna Like a Prayer.
Oh, I'd be helpless today.
It's like bull in the ring when you're playing football.
And the Friday song? Oh, no. Oh, no. How will I make it through? Probably won't, but that's all right. That's all right. We do our best. We do our best.
Yeah, we do.
We do our best around here. All right. Let's take a minute to flip off of football and look at the NBA, where the Spurs tomorrow night take on the Celtics, and the Spurs have kind of turned into this team who gets up for the big games and lays down against scrub teams. Is that what you expect here? You think the Spurs are up for this one?
The cure for this is the road.
Okay.
You know, the road, everything's a little different. You're not waking up in your own bed, so it's hard to take a team lightly. Now, you can be tired, but this isn't going to be a tired game. They've had a day or two off. The way that Boston's on an uptick, they're playing well, but they play a kind of style that the Spurs are comfortable with. You know, they'll go up and down the court, and the Spurs are there. What the Spurs need is of course, obviously the wins come, but they need a good shooting night. They just need everybody on this team, from Mr. 100% Harrison Barnes all the way to Steph Castle, and when Devin gets healthy again, certainly. But they just need to see the ball go through the rim. The hustle's been there. The effort's there. I mean, all those other things, we saw that against the Lakers. But making shots will make your life so much easier.
Help me understand how the Celtics, without an all-NBA player in Jason Tatum, and mind you, started the season pretty damn slow. How are we sitting here and they are still 23-13 and the third best team in the Eastern Conference?
Because they're good. I mean, they got championship DNA. This team has a ring, man, and a lot of those guys are still there. Peyton Pritchard's a backup dude, but when you combine him with Anthony Simmons, that's a devastating front line, backcourt. Those guys are quick. You leave either one of those. You leave Peyton open, he'll hit the shot, and if you back off Anthony, he gets to the rim. And you can't get past Jalen Hauser. Jalen Brown. Hauser has been effective on the weak side. I mean, he's the guy that's going to hit the three in the corner that you're going to have to defend, and that team shoots the lights out. This is a well-coached, good basketball team missing the superstar that would make them great.
Yeah, it's been kind of a mishmash of who starts in that Tatum spot. It's mainly been Namus Keita in the middle, and then they're using a Jalen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, kind of a three-way backcourt.
I didn't even bring up Derek White, who's just a winner. I mean, they're a good basketball team. No one wants to play them because they can shoot over you.
Yeah, and they've been pretty hot. They have won 8 of their last 10, but they are coming off a loss to the Nuggets. I think we predicted that here on this fine program. The Nuggets being very disrespected without Jokic, at least in the betting markets. And the other benefit I think for the Spurs is while the Spurs are traveling tonight and setting up shop in a Boston hotel, the Celtics are playing a basketball game against the Toronto Raptors. And I always like a team off of rest catching a team on the second end of a back-to-back. I would prefer it if the Celtics had to travel somewhere in there, but they're getting 2 home games in a row. But either way, I'd rather have that team playing the second night of a back-to-back than even at home than I would the rested team. So,
I do hope for a little brother-on-brother crime.
What do you mean?
Because Dylan's brother Ron plays for the Celtics, and they look exactly alike. I kind of like the Champagnes.
Yeah,
and the Champagnes, they don't like each other.
They do.
Washington Wizard Champagne always has a chip on his shoulder when we play him. So. Maybe we'll get a little brother on brother.
Does Ron Harper even get on the court?
He's just on the roster.
Okay, I was gonna say if he gets on the court, then that's surprising to me. But
reason to get up for it.
Yeah,
while you're a kid.
Maybe
while
they
your
do a
older brother.
Maybe if it's like a 50-point game, they just give him a sympathy minute.
Well, the only problem is Dylan doesn't play well when Daddy's in the gym.
No, he does not.
He tries too hard.
No, it's been a couple of games. And quite frankly, Dylan hasn't played very well of late. Ever since the time that I remember the show when I was like, Dylan Harper needs more minutes, Champagnie needs less minutes, I've had egg on my face because Dylan Harper's play has gone downhill and Champagnie finally started to hit some shots for the first time all season. Although last game he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. But Harper does need sort of a bounce-back game.
We all do, man.
Fox does too.
Yeah.
Fox has not been playing good
This whole
basketball.
roster, they're just disjointed, and they won it on individual ability against the Lakers. It was one-on-one basketball that won the game, and that's not the formula for long-term success with this team. We are truly a good to better, better to best kind of team. We really are. We function better when there's 3 passes, when we're using about 15 seconds of shot clock and getting our guys in our right spot. And we just haven't been there. And a lot of it, we got to come down to point guard stability, and then there's, is Wemby in, is he not? Where's our offense start? There's a lot of stuff that you can accept as reasons for it, but they got to fix it. This is when you stack wins on the road in the dead of the season and just survive until you start playing for every meaningful game, and you're still about 6 weeks away from that.
Elsewhere in the NBA, Giannis came out and said he will never request a trade from Milwaukee. Is that like a PR statement that you make and then you wait until the Bucks' hand is kind of forced?
That's such a European point of. It's not in my nature, but I will bitch and moan till you can't wait to get rid of me.
Right.
So yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Giannis, for letting me know you'll never ask for it. So that's the ping pong ball. The ball's in your court.
Now, if he's ever traded, the ownership is like, he wanted to be here forever, and you sent him out.
So, yeah, thanks, Giannis. This didn't make things any easier. But, yeah, that's about right.
To his credit, though, we haven't heard Giannis publicly bitch about it, and he's had plenty of reason to.
Oh, yes, and I can't wait. He'll be here a week from yesterday. Milwaukee will be in San Antonio, our next homer. So this next week will be kind of interesting. I want to see him come to town because with every passing day, the hot skillet, the hot stove market is heating up with the NBA, and I think by the time he gets here, there'll be a lot of talk. Is Giannis still worth what we thought he was after the Trey Jones move? Is there a move afoot? Is it because he's not going to ask? If you're not asking, we ain't trading. If you're happy being here, we're happy having you. So, okay, you better continue your mortgage payments because you ain't leaving.
It's tough for me because I think of Giannis as one of the elite players in the NBA. But it's like I always say about quarterbacks. If you're an elite quarterback, you don't miss the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't happen very often. If the Bucks aren't even a playoff team and Giannis has had a reasonably healthy year, is it fair to question whether or not he's still like an elite player?
Well, he's a very unique player. I'll give him that. He has to be in the right place. But no, he's, remember when Kareem, it's still Milwaukee, but Kareem was considered the best player in the world. But when he got out of Milwaukee way back when, it was a necessary thing. The whole world went, yeah, you need to get out of Milwaukee. They need to. We need the league to carry on, and Milwaukee and this team ain't going to do it. And Kareem wasn't crying to leave Milwaukee.
Right.
He wasn't happy where he was. And I think this is going to be Giannis when it finally does happen. The comeback will be such that the rest of the league is kind of like, well, it's time for Giannis to go move on and kind of change the narrative of this great player in a small market. And it's still going to happen. Whether he asks for it or not, they're going to have to extricate themselves from this deal and this situation because they don't have the wherewithal to improve themselves in time to appease Giannis because he might not be asking for it now, but like you said, 2 seasons without a playoff berth, he'll be screaming to get out of here.
Yeah, and I think it is so fascinating. One of the most underrated streaks now is 7 consecutive years. 7 years in a row, Giannis has finished top 4 in the MVP voting. I mean, when's the last time a player was that? That's pretty incredible. And that includes 2 MVP wins in that time. So,
and we discuss how much is he worth?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we can.
Is he still elite? The answer is yeah, he's still elite. All right, we got 1 hour of show left. Let's make it a strong one. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at Bubba's 33, the Alamo Ranch location, with our friends from Flight by Yingling.
All the reaction from the Ole Miss-Miami game, and of course, we get you ready for Friday night's Indiana-Oregon semifinal matchup.
And of course, we'll get you ready for what is going to be a huge NFL wild card weekend. I can't wait.
It's a Flight Friday, so join us at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location on The Blitz. We start at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Sean, 93 Toyota 4Runner, 130,000 miles, new engines and transmission. What'd you spend on the engine and training?
$6,500.
Yeah. So at some point, you need to throw the towel in and let her go on to the graveyard. When you blew the tranny, I mean, I didn't mean it like that, like your transmission failed. I didn't mean like you blew a tranny.
I got the tranny.
I'm trying to say it right. Transmission.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the Navy All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome on Saturday, January 11th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Jeremiah Smith played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the Navy All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game, presented by Valero. Fan Zone opens at 9:30 a.m. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Member Week is here for pros at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off hundreds of items from tools and paint to kitchen and bath and more. Just in time to stock up for this year's jobs. Plus, earn 5 times the points on an eligible purchase. Shop member deals in-store and online from January 8th through the 14th. Still not a member? Join for free today. Lowe's. We help, you save. Point boosters subject to exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
If you're watching football this weekend, you know how it goes. Somebody's always hungry by the first quarter.
So call Pizza Hut and get the Big New Yorker for just $10. Our biggest pizza for the biggest games. These slices are huge, like use two hands and fold it huge. Feed your crew and order ahead at pizzahut.com or in the app.
Pizza Hut!
Ask for limited time offer. Prices, participation, and availability may vary. Additional charge for extra toppings, max 3 and extra cheese. Taxes, tip, and delivery fee not included.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600 plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Our heaviest delay is going to be on 410 westbound just before you get to Honeysuckle. This wreck has only the left lane open. 40-minute delay. This is the accident with multi-vehicles. 4 involved in this wreck, and that's got you stop and go from Broadway. Walsham at Eisenhower working an accident and slowing down along 90 eastbound 211 to 410. Should take you about 10-12 minutes to get through. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Last night in college football, we had a classic. The 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes came from behind to beat Ole Miss 31-27. One for the ages. They're headed home to play for the national championship against, we'll find out tonight. The other half of the matchup is determined as Indiana takes on 5th-ranked Oregon in the Peach Bowl. Kickoff is set for 6:30. You can catch it live on 94.1. In NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys were denied by the Atlanta Falcons the rights to talk with Jeff Ulbrich for the defensive coordinator job, according to ESPN's Todd Archer. In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs return to action tomorrow night in Boston when they take on the Celtics. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey-o! 9:03 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star as we get ready for the weekend, baby. We got some good stuff coming your way on the weekend here at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you something about it. Saturday, that's tomorrow, we've got a playoff doubleheader. First at 3, Rams-Panthers, followed by the Packers-Bears. And Sunday, we've got a triple header.
Triple?
Starts at 11:30, Bills-Jags, then Niners-Eagles at 3:30, and then Chargers-Patriots to close out the day at 7. And then Monday Night Football, we'll have that as well, Texans and the Steelers. NFL playoffs brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. And also tonight at 6, you'll hear the 5th-ranked Oregon Ducks taking on the top-ranked, unbeaten Indiana Hoosiers right here on 94.1. Actually, it'll be on 94.1, and it'll be on 1250 and 94.5.
If it can be broadcast, we're broadcasting it.
And the Blitz today is going to be at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch. That's Bubba's at Alamo Ranch on Friday for Flight Friday, leading up to the Indiana-Oregon college football playoff game. Join them live from 2 to 6. You know Flight is going to have plenty of great prizes and free samples on hand. That's Friday at Bubba's 33 Alamo Ranch location, 6930 West Loop 1604, with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
They bring the swag, doesn't
they do,
Flight,
man.
folks.
They do. And usually free beer, which I enjoy.
Yes.
Even more than a hat or a koozie. I like a free beer.
Best beer in the world's cold free.
You ain't lying, baby. You ain't lying. Josh says, where are you punching that barbecue card this weekend, AJ? I'm probably on hiatus from barbecue punching. Just for a little bit. I got some personal stuff going on at home that's going to keep me a little bit grounded.
Maybe you should grill yourself.
And it's playoff time, so it's like it's hard to get out on the road.
Go throw something on the grill early in the morning and be ready by about.
Yeah, but I'm not as good a cook as Aaron Franklin and guys like that. I leave it to the experts when I can, especially if I want the real goods. You know, I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to pay for their craftsmanship. I feel like I can smoke a good brisket myself.
Yeah, I take the pride in ownership.
I can't do it like they do
kick
it.
Aaron Franklin's ass.
I don't
See,
think
he
you
has
would.
to go give beer to people so they get kind of a little tipsy before they drink. You eat mine sober.
Yeah, you're not allowed to drink at my house. You drink
teetotal.
if you're eating my brisket, you're going to wait.
You're going to be begging for a drink when you come to my
wait.
house. You're going to be dry as a bone.
You got to wait.
You're going to wait for it.
That's
Earn
right.
it.
You hang on. You hang on.
Just standing around giving you a beer. Get to work.
All right. Stephen A. Smith is in the news for a couple reasons. One's politics. We'll stay away from that.
Yes.
But if you want to hear Stephen A. Smith's take on politics, you can find that. He'll give you his opinion on sanctuary cities. He's he's a jack of all trades. He knows everything. He made a statement the other day that has gotten a lot of people fired up. Stephen A. Smith said, if Dante Moore, he's got to really consider if he wants to come out in the NFL draft, because if it comes down to returning to college or being drafted by the Jets, he says you're better off going back to school than being drafted by the Jets. He says they are a football atrocity. They are awful. Team owner Woody Johnson, all the way down to head coach Aaron Glenn, the players on the team, a football atrocity. So, obviously, he talked about them hadn't found a real quarterback in 50 years. But now Jets fan quickly said, hey, what about the Raiders? They're just as bad. But
there's not even a comparison, brother. It's not even. Yeah, they're bad. But let's look quarterback for quarterback, man for man, over the many years that both of these teams have existed. And it's not even close. The Jets, Stephen A. is right. He's absolutely correct. And this is why we like this college. These kids can get paid. He doesn't have to go and get sentenced to Siberia. He doesn't have to accept the foregone conclusion that you got to go and spend 4 years in the dry, barren wasteland of Siberia before you can even begin to hope to be spat out, and hopefully you can survive this. You can stay another year, make some money, and see what happens.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, you do make pretty good coin now staying around. I mean, Dante Moore would, even if he didn't want to return to Oregon, would fetch a pretty penny elsewhere if that were the case.
And let's play free market on this. Let's play free market that suddenly he goes, no, I'm not going. That forces Woody and everybody with the Jets to go, we got to fix this. These guys, now they used to be forced on us. Yeah. They had to show up, and now they don't. We got to be better.
But also, I don't know that Dante Moore's stock can get any higher. And the big thing is what happens next year if the Jets have the number 2 pick again.
Oh, I'm not saying but what it does allow is at least an alternative.
Yeah.
That's really all we can ask. And if teams get so bad that we had to go back to the John Elway, I ain't playing. You can draft me. I'll go play baseball. Or, now the chip is I don't have to show up for you. And not only do I not have to, I can legitimately, at least on a 1 year, make more money than showing up for you.
Garrett Wilson came out and he said basically he addressed what he had heard. You got to be a real sellout and above all square to be on ESPN nowadays. Used to love that show. And he went back and said, and Stephen A. Smith said, I don't blame you for being salty about what I said. I wasn't talking about you. I was pleading for you to get help. I mean, the kind of help Sauce Gardner got when they sent him to Indy. I think the players should be trying to get the hell out of MetLife Stadium. But he did say, did I stutter? The Jets are horrible. You haven't been in the playoffs for 15 years. They haven't been in the playoffs since you were in junior high, Garrett Wilson.
You force the franchise either accept and let everybody know that you have accepted the fact that you're always going to suck and you're just going to deposit the profits of just being a member of the NFL club.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get better.
It's tough, man. Garrett Wilson finally said, last thing I'm going to say on it, I listened and I ain't like it, but that's okay. I just don't want bad advice going out. That was bad career and financial advice that he himself wouldn't even take. Not to mention, I take some of it personal. All good, go Jets.
Yeah, Garrett's right.
He's right.
He's right.
Stephen A. Smith wouldn't pass up the money that comes along with this.
No, and neither will he. He's going to come out. Eventually it's going to happen. It'll happen. There'll be a player that a team will lock in on and say, I'm not going. I don't think it's this year. But at least there is that alternative. That really, that's all I can ask for as a fan of college sports. There's enough reason to stay, or at least he has to consider it.
But while Sam Darnold has actually made something of himself, it really is like you got to look at these guys that are coming in, and everybody thinks, okay, this is finally the right one, and then they get chewed up and spit out.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Sanchez chewed up and spit out. Now he's getting stabbed by cab drivers. Zach Wilson was the number 2 pick in the draft. Like I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. He's a disaster. It's a tough life, man. If you are a quarterback for the Jets, chances are good, at least early on, it ain't going to be easy. You're going to fail.
And no matter how good you are, it feels like you're just facing the odds of your success are so limited that I get why you'd go, you know what, $6 million for a year to go play for arch rival school. I'd rather do that than go spend a year in that cesspool and try to justify my existence every day of my life. I'll stay in college and be a king.
Yeah.
I'll be loved and adored for another year.
And he would be. Yeah. But at some point you got to make that jump.
Yeah,
this is the reality. Every year the Jets get a draft pick. That's the way it is, man. And listen, and the Jets fans are right. Like going to play for the Raiders ain't exactly going to be peach pie either. There's a lot of problems going there. It's going to be a lot of problems whoever gets drafted by the Cardinals. Like that's you get picked at the top of the draft by bad teams because bad teams pick at the top of the draft. That's just the way it goes. The better option generally is to be one of these teams one of these guys who gets picked. Pick 32 when a team trades up to get you. That's how Lamar ends up in Baltimore, and it's like, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, the Purdy effect as well. So you want to be those guys. I like the fact that Stephen A. saying it because it is a necessary thing about the world of modern professional sports, either college or pro. But at least the alternative is there to force some of these teams to address these never-ending problems. Like, if you don't fix this, eventually it's going to happen, and the Jets are going to have their opportunity to go get somebody that could legitimately make a difference, that you look at him and go, finally, the surefire guy, and he's going to tell you, no, I'm not coming.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We will. I got a little bit more sports, but then we're going to get into some non-sports stuff, too. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we do have a stall on Loop 410 westbound. That off-ramp to West Avenue. This stall is blocking the exit ramp. That earlier accident that we had in that area on the freeway, that did clear. And Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. 2026 is here, and at Staples, deals mean business. Get that back-to-business energy with up to $100 off custom print orders on business cards, flyers, signs, and more. Shop everything you need to fuel the momentum in-store and online. Staples, that was easy. Ends January 31st.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars at Give Me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's impossible to have a bad day when you started with Chick-fil-A. Hi, I'm Miles. And this is Grant. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is how the fluffy, crispy goodness wakes us up in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic. Throw some jelly on it, you can throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day. The hash browns are great. And I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
All right. C-Note says, Jets, Cleveland, Texans before Stroud. All have had trash-ass quarterbacks for a long time. You didn't put Miami in there, too, because two was garbage. Yeah, but the Texans, I mean, Matt Schaub wasn't sexy or exciting, and you remember the year where he threw all those pick sixes, but Matt Schaub also led the league in passing one year. He wasn't a total disaster.
Well, every team has droughts. We're talking generations.
That's what I'm
Jets.
saying. Like, it's there's a this is a list of quarterbacks the New York Jets have drafted, which is it's kind of mind-numbing to consider when you think about where they're at now. Zach Wilson, James Morgan.
Who?
They used a 4th-round pick
Dexter Morgan?
on a guy named James Morgan. Insane. Sam Darnold.
All right.
2016. Christian Hackenberg. You know where Christian Hackenberg is now?
Nope.
Coaching high school football.
I thought he was selling insurance.
That's where he is. 2015. Bryce Petty. 2014, Taj Boyd. 2013, Geno Smith. 2011, Greg McElroy.
Is Pastorini in there?
2009, Mark Sanchez. 2008, Eric Ainge.
I remember Sanchez.
2006, Kellen Clemens and Brad Smith. 2003, Brooks Bollinger. 2000, this is probably the best.
We're at a quarter century now, fans.
And this is probably the best of the bunch. Chad Pennington in 2000.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
That's about the best quarterback play the Jets have gotten.
Yeah.
97, Chuck Clements.
Nope.
91, Browning Nagel.
I remember how Louisville came.
1990, Troy Taylor. 1983, Ken O'Brien.
And Richard Todd before that. Yeah, and Ken O'Brien was part of the greatest quarterback draft class of all time.
He was like the only miss in that 83 draft.
The only miss. That's generational crap. This
83?
This is genetic kind
Yeah, the
of
year
stuff.
that like John Elway and Joe Montana and all those guys that got drafted.
Yeah.
The Jets got Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien.
Whoops.
Wah, wah.
It's a joke, man. So, it says Raiders too. They ain't had a good quarterback since Rich Gannon. Derek Carr was good when he Derek Carr was underappreciated when he was there. I mean,
what about the snake?
That's a long time ago though. But
we could throw in Plunkett and some other quarterbacks
there we
in
go. I
between.
remember Plunkett.
But at least they can say that. I mean, the Jets can't. They have to go all the way back
to Namath,
Joe Namath in '68 or whatever year that was.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Super Bowl I.
Literally, yes, literally. That's how far they have to go. So this isn't just about coach and draft personnel, whoever they are. This has gone on for decades.
Yeah,
and decades.
Never gonna end.
Well, Chicago finally broke the curse, so it can be done.
Well,
you
we'll
look at
see.
Chicago's history. I mean,
Jim McMahon.
Well, I mean, at least there is a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for Chicago,
Yeah.
and it's been 40 years since they could say that.
I mean, when's the last time the Jets, after 2 years, thought they had their guy?
They hadn't.
No. Maybe Mark Sanchez, which was clearly.
But we all knew he was limited. I mean, he was the most limited good average
no running
quarterback.
backs, right?
Well, I mean, none. I mean, they that team truly survived on defense.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the Raiders, at least, I mean, the Raiders they had like 8 or 9 years of Derek Carr, which was steady but unspectacular quarterback play. But before that, at least when they would go out and get a free agent, like they went and remember they got Carson Palmer, like late career Carson Palmer, and he was at least decent.
And that's been their life. They've survived on experienced quarterbacks.
Kerry Collins they did for a while. Like, and it's not sexy, but it's not like now. The last couple of years, these Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, Geno Smith, Kenny Pickett experiments. That's garbage. Let's just call it what it is. Aiden O'Connell, that's bad.
But you're a product of your environment, and you're a product of your decisions, and both apply to the Jets. I mean, the decisions have been bad, and the situations they found themselves, they couldn't have made a good decision. I mean, there was nobody to get, so they're reaching, and it just makes it's an ongoing, continuous circle. You can't get out of it.
I'll say that, like, at least the one credit I'll give the Raiders is if they know, they'll cut bait on you fast. Like, they drafted Jamarcus Russell, number 1 overall. Mm-hmm. That dude had like 25 starts, and the Raiders were like, he sucks. We're done. Beat it. Like, we'll pay you whatever we owe you. Get out of town. Like, I kind of respect that in a way, because a lot of teams, they'll hold on to that number 1 pick and just try and make it work somehow.
Well, he was truly an exceptional bat.
He really was.
He was above and beyond.
Bad. Incredibly bad.
Ignorant and apathetic.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll are we saying that's enough talk about sporting matches? I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. One more thing on sports before we get out of here. Do you think now, this is the 3rd year in a row, there has not been an SEC team in the national championship game?
It's going to be a worthy discussion. And I do almost, I mean, I don't know if it's a lesser thing, but I do think that the tide has risen in a lot of ports.
I think we can at least say the Big Ten is on par now with the SEC.
No doubt. No hesitation at all.
Like, the players who they're getting are just as good. Like, it's not 10 years ago, the gap was very wide. And the gap was, like, the only teams in the Big Ten that were even getting talent close to the SEC was Ohio State and Michigan. Now it feels like it's starting to even out a little bit.
I think that there's going to be this kind of, there's only so much talent to go around, and we're dealing with 2 primary and 2 kind of lessers in the ACC and the Big 12, and one will be, and I do think we're going to go through periods where there's a shift where 2 or 3 guys are going to land at Indiana where they might have landed at Bama or that kind of thing, and for the Alabamas in the world that seem to be kind of in the decline but are still pulling. There's a Vanderbilt that's rising. And when you look at the Big Ten, the rise of Indiana is certainly at some point going to affect Ohio State and Michigan. It just will. They're not going to get all those 5 stars that want to play in the Big Ten in front of Mama. Indiana now becomes a viable landing spot. So it'll further spread the mayonnaise. This is what we want. We want the best teams, and we want about 40 of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're chasing. 40 really good football teams, and that's kind of where we're headed.
Yep, maybe so. All right, let's take a look at some of the stuff going on outside of sports. You know what's really bad for your car? Like if you pulled up to a gas station, you know what the worst thing you could do for your car at the pump is?
Tell me. I'm afraid I'm doing it.
Put diesel in it.
Oh, that's a bad thing, yes.
Yeah. Well, in Colorado, the Division of Oil and Public Safety is investigating complaints that multiple gas stations across the state receive diesel in their regular gas shipments.
That happened in Arlington, Texas about 6-7 years ago, where a gas station gave out diesel all day long.
There were about half a dozen gas stations in Colorado. They were at Costco's, King Soopers, and Murphy Express, which is the Walmart gas stations. It appears that all the gas came from a Sinclair terminal in Colorado, and they say it could be fairly widespread because that terminal does serve so much of the state. If you got gas in Colorado between Wednesday at 2 p.m. and Thursday at 6 a.m.,
you already know.
You may have gotten diesel, and a lot of people have already started complaining, and you can now file a complaint with the state agency, and there's going to be a claims process. I mean, can you imagine? And it's got a list of all these gas stations that, yeah, you probably got the bad stuff.
What an absolute.
Oh, man.
And you will never be made whole. No matter what you get from them, you will never get back where you were. No, that engine is blown. Your engine is done.
That is that's wild. And they check some of these, and yep, they confirm there's diesel in these tanks. This is a bad thing. But it's gonna cost that gas company
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Like you said, it'll never be made whole, but it's gonna cost the hell out of them.
Yeah, this is gonna cost. That insurance rate's gonna go up. People are gonna get fired, and there's a lot of people are gonna never get the same vehicle they had.
Oh my! I can't even imagine how pissed I would be.
Oh. You always wonder, am I getting the right amount? You trust the measurement, but you always trust the fact that at least it's gas. It might not be full octane, but it's enough. But it ain't diesel.
Romulus, Michigan. A man is accused of firing a gun outside Romulus Middle School. He appeared in court on Thursday afternoon. Shantez Marshawn Gregory has been charged with a false report or threat of terrorism, school's intentional threat to commit act of violence against school employees or students with specific intent to carry out or overt act, carrying a concealed weapon, possession of a weapon in a weapons-free school zone, reckless use of a firearm, and 2 counts of felony firearm, according to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
Snores too loud at night.
He allegedly fired a gun several times while he was about a foot away from the middle school. His son was attending school at the time. No one was injured, but he appeared in court virtually on Thursday, January 8th. Now, firing a gun at a middle school, that's level 8 out of 10 dumb, maybe even 9 out of 10. Like I have a hard time coming up with any reason why you would fire a gun that close to a middle school, other than like you saw a bad guy at the middle school carrying a bigger gun than yours, and you were the hero. I don't think that was the case here.
Right.
Does he have a reason? Did he say why?
No, but here's how I know that he's actually 11 out of 10 dumb.
Was there a possum?
On his virtual court appearance, the judge asked him to state his name for the record, and he responded by saying, "Nope, good effing bye. Don't need to talk to me. Quit effing playing with me. You already know my name." They asked him to state his name again. He said, "Did you not hear me? I said good effing bye. I don't need to talk to you. Goodbye. Don't play with me. Don't play on my son either. Goodbye. You can open that door. I'm ready." Now, this is to the judge.
Well, the judge will answer that question. He'll let you do that, exactly what you want.
The judge then reiterated that, listen, I'm the judge. I'm asking to state your name so I can get you arraigned on this matter. And he said, "I don't want to see no effing Judge Martin. Goodbye. If you want to talk to them, let them see me right now." She said, "Sir, I need you to state your name for the record." He said, "Nope." And then when the judge said, "Why are you refusing to identify yourself?" he responded, "I said I don't effing play with me. Get with this over with right now. I'm done talking to you. I ain't saying bleep else." Well, after getting no response, the court concluded that he was, in fact, Shantez Marshawn Gregory, and the judge read the allegations against him. When the judge is reading your allegations, one thing they hate is when you put your fingers in your ear and go, la, 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 la. This is a 44-year-old man. A 44-year-old man did the la, 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 la. I can't hear you to the judge.
Is he a MAGA?
No, no man has ever needed an attorney more than this dude. Good grief. I'm sure they put him in a really tight-fitting robe and put him into an empty room.
He said, "This is the fakest bleep I've ever seen in my life. You're going to actually act like this, huh? This bleep is fake. Sorriest bleep and racist in my life. Bunch of racists doing stuff, so I'm done. I'm done talking. We can go, and I can go back and get ready to go back home now. I'm done playing around." He's got multiple trespass complaints. He's kidnapped his own son from school, which violated court orders already. So he's not supposed to even have contact with his child or his ex-wife. And then Gregory cussed out the judge again and said, "You are one of the dumbest black person I've seen in my life. About the dumbest bleep I've ever seen in my life. I hate to say that because it's some racist right here. I hate to say that, though, but don't waste my time. That's a racist right here, so don't waste my time no more. Tired of bleeping with all of y'all, so don't waste my time."
Well, you're going to have plenty of time on your hands, sir.
The judge reprimanded Gregory without bond, which was the police department's recommendation. And when she passed that down, Gregory said, "Why don't you go get a real job? Get a real job. Quit trying to judge me and get a real job, Judge." He's scheduled to be back in court on January 20th. I can't wait for that one.
I imagine he'll be a little bit better behaved.
Can you that's kind of the unintended consequence of virtual court is people will act a fool and not get immediately drug off to jail.
Yep.
Like he would already been in jail. Like they would have said, "No, just get him the hell out of my courtroom."
You can beat the rap. You can't beat the ride.
These judges got to put up with some nonsense now.
Yeah, the bailiffs took care of that.
Finally, this is in Nevada, in Henderson, Nevada, in fact, where I used to live. A 33-year-old man hot-wired a bulldozer. Now, that's impressive.
Respect.
And I think it takes balls. What he did after that, though, you could argue is just crazy.
Did he build a swimming pool?
No. When the cops tried to stop him, he stole this from a construction site. He hopped the fence, jumped in the bulldozer, hot-wired it, and someone called the police. They said, "I got a guy trying to hotwire a bulldozer. He's trying to steal this bulldozer." So the cops show up, and they try to stop him. The problem is this guy's in a bulldozer, and he hits the cop car with the bulldozer. Like he runs over
now we have
a police cruiser. Weapon. Yeah, he basically took it for a ride into another police cruiser. Yep. He just destroyed the police car. You can hear them talking on video. It's like a monster truck climbing up onto the police cruiser.
Well, at least he got his money's worth.
You're going to jail. It's going to be bad.
You got something to brag about, though.
And that's the thing about those glass doors on the bulldozer. They can breach those pretty good. And once your bulldozer's hung up on the top of a police car, it's a lot easier to catch you.
Yeah, that slow speed chase got even slower.
Yep. So
good for him, though.
Yeah,
he got a good story.
I mean, it's probably not. You probably could have found a faster getaway car. He went for power over speed.
Yeah, I don't think the intent was truly to get away.
Okay.
I think it was more about the damage to inflict, and I'm down.
Well played.
He did it. He crushed a car.
Well played.
And I'd like to do that myself. Not as illegal, but
No, it'd be fun to do it. Yeah, but if you didn't have to go to jail at the end.
There's that.
And I bet there's a place. I bet there's a place in the Vegas Valley where you can pay money to run over cars with a bulldozer. Like, because you can go shoot crazy machine guns. You can ride in a helicopter. You can do about anything in Vegas if you pay. I bet you could go run over cars.
I think he just had misappropriated his funds. He should have just paid for that.
They have one of those rooms there where you're allowed to, it's like an office building. You're allowed to go in there and break the hell out of everything.
Just smash the copier.
You pay by the minute and hit stuff with a hammer. I mean, that'd be fun.
Oh, I need to do
I
one
normally
of
do
those.
that on
Do
my.
you?
Yeah.
That normally happens the day before I end up leaving the job.
You should just do it here, Vic.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Right here in the studio?
Yeah. Your monitor's not working. And then when the cops come,
when you get that.
Well, when the monitor doesn't work, the
Just punch it.
keyboard's battery died.
the
and then
mouse is dead.
And then the fan, we have no AC. Right?
Yeah, you've got a good reason to go postal here. Like, just go off, and then when the cops come, just say, my mental health was affected by my workplace. Sue the hell out of our company, and you're going to be, you'll be all right. You'll be taken care of.
Nice.
I think it's kind of like the needed killing defense. That thing was broken and was ruining my day.
It needed killing.
It needed killing.
That's
It
right.
just ruined my day.
All right, friends, we've got one more segment left in the entire week. One more.
Yep.
We'll get to it next. It's the Daily Lines. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero College Football Post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
There's a reason why you own a Kubota. It's because you won't settle for second best. The Kubota L-Series has been the #1 best-selling compact tractor in the U.S. for 15 years straight. And the Kubota SVL Series has been the #1 best-selling compact track loader in the U.S. for the last 6 years. Now that's saying something. So don't be fooled by other dealers wanting to trade for your orange. We're Ewald Kubota, keeping it orange for over 75 years.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily, so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The football playoffs are here, and you know Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Look, as a Cowboy fan, I've got to find these games more exciting and entertaining, and I can do that with Underdog. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy. You take your favorite player stats and decide higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, rushing yards, that sort of thing. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So what are you waiting for? Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans. New year, new you, new Nordic.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
No Friday song today? Oh, we already played the Friday song, didn't we?
Yeah, I played it earlier.
I forgot we partied, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Who sings this song? Is this Simple Plan?
No, All American
All
Rejects.
American Rejects, that's
Yeah.
right. They also sing that Swing Swing song. I like that song too. You aren't the only one that needs to know. I'll keep you my dirty little secret, Rob.
I know the song. I know this.
Don't tell anyone.
Please keep the secret.
All right. Before we get into the daily lines, I've got to ask you this question. What percentage of fans in the U.S., sports fans, would say their favorite sport is, I guess American football is the most popular sport in this country. I don't think it's much of a secret. What percent of fans do you think identify American football as their favorite sport?
That have a fan, that they're fans of sports.
They're sports fans, and they say, this is my favorite sport.
Oh, gosh. 60%?
It's lower than I would have expected. 36% of people say American football is their favorite sport.
Wow, that is significantly lower. The TV ratings tell me differently.
The TV ratings do tell me differently as well. Basketball comes in second.
I would have figured.
At 17%.
Half. That's about the percentage I would have thought. Yeah.
So now you're at 53%.
See, I would have thought 60, 30, and 10% is left over for baseball, soccer. You know what I mean? They're spreading with the crumbs.
For the first time, soccer has moved into the slot as the third most popular sport amongst American sports fans.
And you're saying for the first time. We knew it was possible. 10%
of sports fans in the U.S. identify as soccer as their favorite sport. Now, it doesn't say, the ethnic makeup of this. I mean, who knows? And how many of those people are?
Is this all males or is it the voting populace?
It is all fans.
Okay.
So it's they're at 10%. So that gets you 36 plus 17 is 53 plus 10 is 63. Now you're at almost 2/3 of the audience already eaten up. Baseball still comes in fourth at 9%. So that puts you to 72%. Hockey is 4%, which gets you to 76. And then everything else is making up 3% or less. Tennis, boxing, MMA, both at 3%.
What about car racing? Do they have that in that?
Golf at 2%.
Pickleball?
NASCAR 2%. F1 / IndyCar. I guess it's one or the other. Is at 1%. So
golf is holding steady at 2%.
Golf holds steady at 2%. Yep.
Which I would have thought probably has decreased, I think, since the Tiger.
I would have thought boxing and MMA would have a higher.
Yeah, I am too. I'm a little surprised there. I'm not surprised by the decline of baseball, though they've done everything they can do to kind of bring the fan back, pitch clock and extra playoffs and all that kind of stuff. So I do think they're doing things to bring them back. But no, I'm not surprised by those numbers at all. I am surprised at the number of folks that say pro football is only at 30%.
That is surprising.
I would have
too.
thought at least 50%.
Half.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the Daily Lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
The LA Rams 10.5-point favorites tomorrow at Carolina. There are some 10s starting to pop again, so that seems to be the market cap. Like, if it gets to 10.5, they're like, oh, there's some pushback there. If it gets back to 10, I'll be a buyer on the Rams. Like, if I get a 10 at minus 110.
10.5, man.
The Packers and Bears has hung pretty steady. At Packers now -1.5. They are -120 on the money line. Bears, even money on the comeback, +100. They're +1.5 on the odds. The Bills, -1.5. And if you like the Bills -1.5, you get reduced juice now.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the money line is -112 and -108. So it's basically a coin flip game, according to the books. The 49ers have taken, or excuse me, the Eagles have taken money, and they're up to 5.5-point favorites against the 49ers. I didn't see that coming, and you're starting to even see some sixes come around. So that's shocking to me.
I like 5.5. I might even like 6.
You like the Eagles?
I
huh?
do. I like the Eagles. I just think that, like I was saying before, they're built for this.
I think I'm opposite of you on that one. Chargers at the Patriots. Still, it's been pretty steady all week at 3.5. I wouldn't expect that to move much. I'm interested in the Chargers there. And the Steelers are 3-point home dogs, and now you're starting to see 2.5s pop up. So it was 3.5 all the way across the board. Now it's 3, and now you're starting to see 2.5s. So
I wish I'd have gotten there at 3.
You could still get a 3. They're fewer and far between, though. I like the Steelers. I think they can win this game outright.
I think so.
I talked about it yesterday. C.J. Stroud outdoors in his career is under 500. Dome quarterbacks playing in freezing temperatures are like 1 in 14 or something like that all time. I mean, it is just a crazy number.
I want to root for the Texans, and I'm going to root for the Texans, and that's probably going to affect how I bet this game because I don't want to be betting for them to lose. I'm going to have to find a way to cheer for them and have them bring me some money at the same time. Because I do think Pittsburgh's going to win the game, but I want the Texans to acquit themselves appropriately.
Indiana, Miss Anna from Indy, 3.5-point favorites tonight against Oregon in the Peach Bowl. Totals 48.5. I'm riding with Indiana here. To me, they proved to be the better team on Oregon's home field. I don't see why anything changes here on a neutral. Tough travel for Oregon. I like the way Indiana's playing. We saw last week that this team is for real, man.
And they win different ways. They can punch you. They can run the ball with those 2 backs. I like that number 8 back. I think he'll play on Sundays. And they can throw it across the middle. That's just
and they're willing to throw up a big number on you.
Yeah.
They don't mind hurting your feelings, man.
Sig Barty.
I like that. I mentioned it yesterday. I'll mention it again. Elijah Surratt. I think if you play DFS or underdog or whatever, I think you get higher on Elijah Surratt today. Most of those numbers are 50.5, 52.5. I think he has a huge game. He had a big game in the first game when the Ducks were able to hold everybody in check on that offense except Surratt. He had 8 catches and 120 yards. There was no answer for him, and you can't really double-team anybody against this Indiana offense because they'll carve you up if you do that. So it puts somebody on an island against Surratt, and the Ducks, they proved in that first game they don't have anybody to stop him. So that's my favorite prop of the game. Toronto Raptors at the Celtics tonight. Celtics 9.5-point favorites. Remember, though, the Celtics playing the first end of a back-to-back. If they were to rest anybody tonight.
And I do expect them to do that.
Tonight feels like the night they would do it with the Spurs on deck tomorrow. So a lean to the Raptors there. The Sixers are at Orlando. Sixers only laying 3.5 on the road. I don't want to bet against the Sixers right now. They feel like kind of a unit. So I'd certainly look their way. The Pelicans headed to Washington. Is Trae Young going to – I guess Trae Young's still hurt technically,
yeah,
right?
he won't. It'll be a week or two before they're even available to practice. But this is the Pelicans game, baby. You're not going to get too many opportunities
well, that's
like
the
this.
thing. If they don't have Trae Young yet and they're without Kispert and McCollum, this is a pretty beat-down version of the Wizards.
And this is a Pelicans team that they need to go get this one.
I can't imagine it's fun betting on the Pelicans, but this feels like the spot where you got to do it.
That's how I felt. Like, okay, you get me for a Friday night.
Pelicans as road favorites. Gross. Clippers -4.5 in Brooklyn. The Thunder are at the Memphis Grizzlies.
This could get ugly. Memphis, they spanked the Spurs. They really they bodied us, and then they promptly go to Phoenix and get waxed. The real Memphis is back.
Oklahoma City, what do you think the line is there?
Oh, gosh, I'd say
50. At Memphis.
At Memphis, 10.5. 10.5, 11.
Oklahoma City -5.5.
Only 5. Maybe they're giving a little bit of credit for that Spurs win, but
they're looking at this. They're looking at the Thunder like, man, is this team the same team?
Maybe, but
maybe some value on the Thunder.
I saw Phoenix the next night just put it on Memphis.
Yeah, I don't know. Knicks are at the Suns. Knicks laying 1.5 on the road. The Atlanta Hawks are catching 1.5 in Denver.
Denver's playing good ball right
now. They
now.
really are, man. Even without Jokic, that team is scary to me. The Rockets laying 6.5 at the Blazers. The Sacramento Kings are in Golden State. Oh, that's a big number. Sacramento plus 14.5?
Well, it is Sacramento.
Oh man, it's not like it's not obnoxious travel. It's their closest road trip.
It is, but didn't we just see a bunch of trade rumors up there? Isn't there a bunch of guys
worried
worried about
they were
getting
talking
moved?
about Trae Young, and now Trae Young's not going there. So I don't know. And then the Milwaukee Bucks are at the LA Lakers. I've got no idea who's playing for the Lakers. This number tells me probably no LeBron, probably no Austin Reeves.
They don't expect to play.
The Lakers are minus 3.5.
I'd like Milwaukee on this one.
I think I would too.
Although watching Luka against all 5 Spurs, there's nobody in the league more capable of single-handedly winning a basketball game than Luka.
I don't disagree with that.
I mean, and it's not all about points either. It's
you're
just
right.
He just has this gravity that he kept those stiffs in a game. I mean, they're a bunch of stiffs.
No, you're right. It's scary to It's scary to bet against him because he could go off for 60 any given moment. College hoops tonight. USC's at Minnesota. This game's a pick'em. Give me the Gophers. I talked about it last week against Iowa. In the barn, they are tough to beat at that Williams Arena. They beat Iowa the other day.
Yeah, that's a big win.
USC, who's kind of travel worn, did the Michigan road trip back to Southern California. Now they're coming back out to the Midwest. Give me the Gophers. I like the Gophers here in the upset, or at least I think they're either pick 'em or +1, depending on where you look.
You know, you go to play at USC. You're playing in L.A., and you're signing up for a roadie into Minneapolis in the middle of January.
Yeah,
that
doesn't seem real fun.
Sucks.
Doesn't seem real fun.
Oh, man, pack your coat.
There is some big games this weekend. Houston at Baylor. Houston is a 2.5-point favorite on the road.
I like them for more than that.
They're playing so good right now. I can't imagine wanting to back Baylor right now.
Our boy, what's the guard's name? From here went to
Kingston Fleming.
Kingston is now, by the latest, a top 5 pick.
Yep.
Oh man.
Arkansas at Auburn is interesting. It's about a pick 'em, and I kind of lean. I mean, Arkansas and Auburn, two of the most home court reliant teams in the SEC. I guess I'd take the home team there. I'm also going to do something I haven't done all year. I'm going to fade Corn. Nebraska, unbeaten Nebraska, going to Indiana. I think this is the spot where they have some trouble. Indiana at home. Indiana only a 3-point favorite. I mean, that shows you how good Nebraska's been.
That team could shoot.
But yeah, I like Indiana today. Or tomorrow. Tennessee's at Florida tomorrow. Florida.
That's the game of the weekend right there.
Florida, a 4-point home favorite there. St. John's at Creighton. That's a pick 'em. That tells you what's happened to St. John. St. John's been kind of a disappointment this year. The Big East in general is kind of a disappointment this year. It's UConn and it's everybody else. It's kind of meh.
Providence played a good game against UConn, so they might be eating their young a little bit. They're just cannibalizing themselves, but they're not having the year. They're having an ACC year last year where there's just nobody can separate.
Xavier's outside the top 100 in KenPom. Marquette is outside the top 100 in KenPom for the first time since KenPom's existed. This is the worst Marquette team there's ever been. So that tells you something. Then let's see, Clemson at Notre Dame, pretty big game. That's a pick 'em. Kansas is at West Virginia. Kansas only a 3.5-point favorite on the road there. Arizona, top team in the country, heads to TCU. They are double-digit favorites. Your Aggies, you're fighting Aggies, Rob, host Oklahoma on Saturday. Aggie looks like a 5-point favorite right now.
They went from bottom dwellers to 2 nice wins in the SEC this week.
And then Texas is at Alabama. Alabama, a 12-point favorite. Texas is lost. Alabama may boat race this team. Plus, Alabama coming off a loss to Vanderbilt, pissed off. Now they're back at home. I think they might annihilate Texas this weekend.
I get the sense it's coming.
So there you go. All right, that does it for us, friends. Make sure you go see the Blitz.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time out
there. They're at Bubba's 33, Alamo Ranch location. Go out and see them. They'll be there with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Pre-game you for that football game, the college football playoff game that'll be going on tonight right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll talk to you next week, boys and gals.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
SpaceX launch went without a hitch. I watched it.
Ignition. Liftoff. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
Yeah, here's Bob McKenzie.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for the